a Dungeons and Dragons live stream. We are doing a D&D tourney. It's more or less like a regular D&D game, except a little bit different. We have 9 players tonight, which is a lot more than is suggested. We have a little bit more initiative rules, but otherwise it's basically the same thing. Doesn't really affect tonight because tonight we are going to court. 5 of our members have been accused of some heinous charges and must appear in elf court, which is a little bit different from human court. And in elf court, there are going to be jurors, and some of them, if you are in the chat, you can feel free to comment on things, and you can pretend to be the juror, because I think that would be a cool way to have chat interact with us. We have up first Rick. Rick, could you please explain and introduce yourself and introduce who you're playing?
All right, so my name is Rick. He's just said that. Well, and I'm playing as Sir Gruff the Gruffest, a dog paladin, and he is part of the elf court. Well, used to. He's part of the family. And I think either 2 weeks ago or a few minutes ago, I just rolled to see if Gruff remembers it. He doesn't. So this is going to be exciting.
Thank you, Jim.
Hi, I'm Jem. I use she, they pronouns, and I will be playing Delilah, who uses she, her pronouns. Delilah is an Air Genasi psionic sorcerer, empath, who uses a wheelchair that's built out of animals that love her. Yes, I'm serious.
The animals do love her, and I think everyone loves the animals in turn.
They do.
Jamie.
Hello, I'm Jamie. I go by he, him. Play Lumpor, Interfast, Ragefist, Snarl, also he, him. He is a Rachnome barbarian. He is not on trial because he has honor. Yeah.
I like the shade at the rest of your party members. I'm okay with that. Nye.
Well, I didn't really like to follow that up. Thanks, Lumpor, throwing us under the bus. No, it's fine. Hello, I am Nye. I'll be playing Alder. We both use he, him. And I have done the least terrible of the crimes.
I think we've decided that you've done all but one of the crimes, but that's beside the point. You're not being judged if you're guilty or not. We're being judged if you did them in goodwill or wicked will. Wicked witch. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rick?
This isn't going to go horribly.
Ray, introduce yourself, my friend.
Hello there. I'm Mr. Ray, and I am committing probably the foulest crime of all. I am defending this band of psychos as the Honorable J.J. McKluckin, Esquire. And we both use he, him pronouns. And JJ is a custom class called the Corvum Kindled.
Oh, that's
a warlock.
That's from Humblewood campaign setting. They make some rad stuff, and their art is fantastic.
Yes, it is. So I saw it, I really liked it, and I wanted to try it out under the aesthetic of JJ is a human-sized humanoid chicken that wears a fine suit.
You have to wear a fine suit if you're a lawyer.
Exactly.
Alexander.
Greetings, I'm Alexander Highmoor, or Ornstein, depending on what you want to call me. Both of them use he, him pronouns. He personally has no clue why he's under most of the crimes, but he can see it.
Not denying that it happened, denying that you know that it happened.
He's mainly confused as to why he got disowned, but he'll probably figure that out pretty quickly.
That's fair.
And he's a high half-elf abjuration wizard.
Thank you. Laura, how's it going?
Hello, I am Laura, she, her, playing Barathrus Diardi, better known to his friends as Barry, who is he, him. Barry is a Phagingst Tabaxi arcane rogue trickster who is a big fan of jumping and naps and gambling.
all things that cats do. Don't think about it too much. Helbeic. Oh, sorry. No, continue, Laura. I apologize.
No, I was going to say, Ray, don't think that you got away with that foulest crime
That
without
wasn't
anyone
Ray, that was
noticing.
Jamie.
That was that was Jamie?
Yeah.
Wait a second, I commented
Michael.
on it.
Hey, DM, can we have like a counter of how many puns this group has?
No, because
is
the counter
not
would break after
Particularly
one
to Ray
session.
today.
There is not an abacus in the world that could handle the number of puns we do on this show.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad we're not
Very
using an
something
abacus
was,
then.
right?
Helbeic.
Hello, I am Helbeic, the potentially formerly sane rock gnome wizard, who is most certainly driven insane by rats and his obsession for them.
Fair. We have a new friend today, Intrepid. Say hello.
Hello, I am Intrepid, and I'll be playing Barney Noble. He's a high elf male who is an upper class merchant, and he owns and runs a local chain of bookstores.
Oh, God, I just realized who your character is.
Barnes
it's
and Noble?
Barnes and Noble. Oh, I hate it, and I love it. Remember that pun counter we just talked about?
I think we need one of those.
So, Mr. Noble is not Intrepid's permanent character, but we needed a reason and a nice way for he to be introduced to the party. Him being the player, not the character. So we invite him along to be a juror, and Mr. Noble will be one of these jurors that we see. But before we get to the court scene, we have a few scenes to take care of, and one of those scenes being me explaining what the heck is going on, because it's quite complex. Okay, so after eating at a cliffside diner, Alder found that his mother was looking for him. Alexander found a possible way to destroy the world, and Delilah found an illegal shipment being transported nearby, all from a cat. So they went to stop this shipment, in which they fought some kobolds. The tarp under the shipment that the kobolds were transporting actually was a green dragon, who actually wasn't a green dragon. It was a Trojan dragon that used to hide an egg inside it that the kobolds were defending, and there were also kobolds inside the dragon. There were basically 6 kobolds inside a giant leather jacket holding an egg inside. And then once they defeated that, inside the egg was a humanoid. Alder went to capture a loner, which we're about to cover. Helbeic and Lumpor found out they were brothers. 5 of them summoned to court on charges that they don't really understand. And the lady inside the egg ended up being a scarred twin of the mother of the group's captain, one of the group's captains, Belle. Does all that make sense? Good, because I'm not repeating it.
We also had the weird thunder game, which connected to Alder's mom.
Thunder
I
game.
don't think it was a game. I think it was
The
a
Thunderdome.
suicide, which
Yes.
they politely referred to as a game to lessen the traumatized
Yeah,
son's anguish.
basically, you can't. It's complicated. We'll get there. Right now, we're going to go to court. Right now, actually, Alder, you went to talk to and theoretically capture one of the kobold loners that ran off. Fortunately, he is willing to chat with you about things. After the whole display of everything, Barry quickly went to look for you and say, "Oh no, you have to go to court now." So Barry walks up and is sort of creeping over a rock and watching as Alder and this kobold are dipping their feet into the river and just having a little talk. And the kobold seems a bit down, and he says, "Yeah, well, my brother, right, Cletus, he's my dad wasn't real nice to us, and after he died, my brother took over as like the head of the household, right? So he ain't too nice either. But I was able to get out with Cletus, and my wife and I kind of like adopted him. So that's the family I got, and despite what my father and brother did to Cletus, I don't want Cletus to consider them his family. You know what I mean? They're like I feel like they're possessed or something. I say father as a relationship by blood, not as a mentor figure. And I hope that one day Cletus will look up to me like I was his father.
On DM, is Gruff here?
Gruff is not here. You cannot sniff and break open the egg of familial issues. I apologize.
I was
Okay.
going to bark at him. Can you just eat them? But never mind, I'm not there.
We'll get to Gruff in a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. Fuck. Okay. Okay, right. And how's the relationship with your wife? Is that like quite happy?
Yeah.
It's not on the raw. Yeah.
No, yeah. Jessa was kind of the only good thing in my life, other than little Cletus. And
Would you
my
say? Oh, sorry.
no, my brother, my older brother, he said I have to choose between him and Jessa, and they always say like blood's thicker than water, but doesn't that mean like you have a heart condition or something? It's not
Yeah.
supposed to be that bad, but so I chose her, and I got Cletus out of there that night, and I never looked back.
Oh God, I'm gonna fucking regret this. Oh. Look, right? I pretend like I'm listening to something in my ear. Uh-huh. Right, go ahead. Right, you've just been part of like a secret operation to get those bad guys that you saw attack all your friends, right? Well, I was there to nab them, and you are going to get out of here, go to your wife, love and live with them till you're old and grey, and then just go. Just get the fuck out of here. Go. There's no new family. Just forget everything I said. Just go, please.
I thought you aren't your kidnappers gonna be upset that one of us got away?
It, I'm sure they will, but it's fine. Just please go. Preferably in the direction where civilization and life is. You can look here. I fish out like my silver coins. Just take them. Just go. Whatever you need, just go. Okay. Let's get out of here. All right.
What?
You're fine. You're not gonna be in trouble. It's fine. Okay.
You sure? Dude, is there? You don't seem very happy about his decision.
I am the epitome of happiness right now. Look at the big smile I'm putting on. Look, I'm really happy. See, oh.
It's like
Look,
you swallowed something real bad.
Well, I don't smile very often. Okay, just please go before bad things happen, because the kidnappers will catch up and they'll find us. And if you haven't noticed me, I'm not exactly in the best nick. So just go, okay?
Well, if you ain't looking too great, I can stick around and fight for you if you need that.
No. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. No, it's look.
Yeah.
I cannot believe I'm saying this. I didn't come from a good family either, okay? And that not good family is gonna come knocking if you don't get out of here right now. So if you want to help me, you need to go right now, okay?
What's your name? I want to remember what you did for me. So if I hear that you're in trouble, I can come back and help you out. Takes one to know one, you know?
Yeah, no, I know. My name is Alder, okay? But you didn't hear that from me.
You got a last name, Alder?
The Trustworthy. I do not have a last name.
Is there apostrophe in there? That sounds... Is that French? What is that? Dwarvish?
It's Sylvain, if you're that curious. It's a translation from Sylvain.
Oh, okay.
To common.
I reckon that makes sense.
It's a lot longer, and it involves, quite a lot of high-pitched noises. It's not... It's just easier to speak in common.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very pleasant to the ears.
But yeah, go and be with your family. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Alder. Despite the euphemism of your name, you do seem quite trustworthy. And I hope whatever family you choose realizes that.
Just get out of here. Just please.
All right. See you later, mate. Okay. Thank you.
See you later.
And he does turn to walk away downstream.
Well, how could this get any worse? You know what? How could this get any fucking worse? I'll just sit and dangle my feet in the water.
At that moment, as you say, how could this get any worse? Barry steps out from behind a nearby boulder.
Oh, come on! How much did you hear?
I'd love to know a little bit more about you. You're right about the name, by the way. It sounds significantly better in Common than Sylvan. I don't blame you for that translation.
Well, easier on the ears for people, But it's
yeah. I've found sensitive hearing difficult to deal with.
Well, fucking just don't talk around, okay? Reputation is everything in this game, and the less people think of me, the better, okay? It's just easier that way.
Mm-hmm. I would I would feel better not talking about what I've heard if I knew a little bit more about what it meant.
Oh, you really kind of...
And specifically, well, see, Alder, and you know that thing where somebody like sits down on a boulder, but like a slightly threatening way?
Are you talking about where the teacher pulls around the chair but flips it around so he's the cool teacher?
Yes.
You do that with the boulder.
Yeah, but Barry with his 8 strength picks up this boulder, flips it around.
I just imagine Barry just takes out like a hammer and chisel and starts chiseling out a chair out his boulder.
Yes. See, Alder, the thing is, I heard something earlier too that was intriguing. I heard some of that conversation you had at the restaurant.
Is it just... Do I have a big sign in the back of my fucking name at the back of my fucking back that says, "Hey, let's all go follow this guy around and listen into his conversations"?
I wasn't following. That time I was just taking a nap, but your friends kind of made a commotion when they appeared. I couldn't help but notice the landscape behind them looked a little familiar.
Well, if you've been back home at all, then you'll know things are not rosy and pink and happy at the moment, are they?
No, well, that's I have not been home in quite a few years, and that's precisely why. I'm interested in what you have to do with it.
Okay, fine. We'll talk about it, but this is Feywild Denzian to Feywild Denzian. This is not friends, okay? This is just matter of fact. I'm telling you this because you probably should know in case you decide to make a home visit, okay?
Understood.
Right. Well, you know, like the archfey, the lords and the ladies, right? Yeah, you know them?
I know them better than I would like to.
Kudos, same as well. Anyway, well, long story short, they're having another war. Problem is that this one is a little bit bigger and a little bit bloodier and a whole lot worse than it usually is. And suffice to say, some individuals are exporting some of the soldiering to certain groups. Now, that's not my job. You didn't hear it from me, but that's what those people were connected to.
Exporting to other groups, by that you mean hiring mercenaries or some other kind of proxy of war going on?
It depends. The gentleman that you were describing, Gorm, or as I like to call him, Sniffy, since his last name is Elf Sniffer, he's a recruiter. Another example would be Constance Bronzeheart. She is not. She is a kidnapper, and she kidnaps people. And then there's Jim, but that dude has literally not left like the Feywilds in quite a while, so I'm not entirely sure where he's recruiting from, but he's recruiting. But I don't do that, so you don't have to worry.
It sure sounded like they would like you to be doing it, though.
Well, you know what they say. You always have to listen to, well, your parents, and your parents know best.
Mm-hmm. That was going to be my next question, is it sounds like your mother has something to do with this?
She is skin in the game, yeah.
Was another... I came to find you in part to see what you are going to do with this kobold, but also because there were additional messages for the lot of us after you left. One of which
God.
was that your mother says you should come home. Barry just like stares at you silently, just waiting for what the reaction to that is.
God, okay. And who was the mouthpiece that said this?
Does not fully remember.
That's okay.
Was it?
It was Helbeic and Lumpor's dad. His last words before he exploded was tell Alder his mother wants him to come home.
Yes, well, our first you should note there is also this news. It turns out our companions Helbeic and Lumpor are brothers, which is news to me and seems as though it was also news to them. The negative side there is their father delivered this news, which, lovely family reunion, all that.
He's dead, isn't he?
Yes, he did. Yeah. He did explode.
Yep. Her messengers always
it's quite
do.
Dramatic. I've never. I haven't seen something like that in quite some time.
Put it simply, you're doing something for Mab, and it's bringing someone home. That's a death sentence. You don't want to come home from that. She doesn't shoot the messenger; she eviscerates them. So, yeah.
As soon as you say Mab, it's just like this long, low whistle from Barry, like that. Really? Really?
Yeah.
It's Mab you're mixed up with?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's Mum. By all
Well,
accounts, that is
then,
Mother.
I see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, then I do see this the seriousness of the situation.
Oh, do you now? That's good to know. Seriously, like this is like, bad for everyone involved. Me especially, of course, which is obviously the priority, but like this is bad news. She does not fuck around. Yeah, we're fucked.
Well, I certainly have no desire to attract her attention either.
Nope. No. Seriously, this is the shittest day. This is my shittest day ever. Great. I'm beat to shit. I'm gonna get beat to shit by fucking Gorm when he comes round. I'm gonna get beat to shit by Mother. And yeah, fuck it. Yeah, just I fall back onto my back. Yeah, just fuck it. Yeah, I'll just fucking lie here. Great.
There is one more other piece of bad news I have. Not as bad as Mab. We are all summoned to court. However, I am named in the charges. You are named in the charges. We're all named in the charges. The charges are numerous. Some of them mysterious. Some of them very obvious. But we do need to appear in court tomorrow. So perhaps we handle that, and then you and I talk over the Mab problem a little more when we can. Alder, look, one of the things I do is help people get out of situations. And it seems to me that we are now both in a situation. You perhaps more directly, but me by proxy, by association with you. So I think we are now in that situation together. We can work on it together.
What? I just stare up at the sky. Is there something wrong with us? Me especially? You got a fucking problem with us? Yeah, just stay silent. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, Barry, sorry, I just need to. Look, yeah, we're fucked, but it's. I have a plan. There's a way to get us out of this. Wholly. It just takes a bit of finagling. But yeah, I can think of something. I have an idea at least. Just give me a minute.
Well, you're
just
a step ahead of
I'm
me
gonna
then.
write. Well, yeah, there are contingencies for these things, and I'll pull out a bit of parchment, and I'm gonna scroll something kind of roughly down. Right. I'm gonna put this in my shoe because I know that you guys are fucking sticky-handed bastards. So I don't want anyone taking this. Okay, this is literally like this is our, get out of jail free card if things go tits up, which they are, because Elf Court is like trying to pull teeth out with a horseshoe and a lot of laxatives. It's messy, it's painful, and you're really confused why you're even in the situation you find yourself in.
That is the worst and best metaphor I've ever heard at the same time.
You know how when cats are going to throw up, they do the like thing. As you get further into this description, like Barry starts to just like cat gag,
hairball sort of thing.
Barry, we're literally paid for soldiers. We have seen worse things than that. Okay, well I have at least. I've actually seen that sequence of events, and that was for like that. Yeah, that was for a jester who didn't land his couplet properly. And that wasn't even Mab. That was a mortal king that did that. Anyway, I'm popping it in my shoe. so don't take it. Oh, my shoe's wet. Oh, for fuck! Oh, Jesus, fuck. Okay, it's going in the front.
Hello?
River. I'm such a
Right.
fucking idiot. Okay, right. Okay. Do you want to
Well,
help me up?
plenty of
Because
time
yeah, I'm actually a lot more fucked
Yeah.
up than I thought I was. Yeah, this is actually quite painful. Okay.
Yeah. But Barry sort of levers you up and grudgingly does the like arm across the shoulders to help you walk thing.
Yeah, no, I'm not enjoying it either. Like we're both doing the when you hug someone you don't like and you do the there we go. That's what we're doing. Like the I'm not leaning on you at all. You're trying to avoid grabbing me at all. We're just like no physical contact.
Exactly. So, and as we're walking back, probably just go silently limping along. At some point, Barry casts his.
My Discord's kind of messing up, so I'm going to refresh Discord. Let's see if that helps.
And just like as we're limping along, like tries to sort of tug the plan out of your pocket.
This is exactly
like
not even 10 minutes have passed.
You just gotta keep you on your toes. Just gotta keep you on your toes. And he puts it back.
It's fine. That is worst case scenario. I'm sure we'll get like I don't know some kind of copper store lawyer that'll inevitably fail because that's our chances.
Speaking of lawyers that inevitably fail, you all return to your group, and your group actually has a lawyer. His name is JJ McKluckin, and he is able to brief you on how Elf Court works.
Are we going right into this, or are we going to deal with the Betty thing first?
The what thing?
We cracked open the egg last session, and that's how we ended it.
Yeah, I think we're going to hold that scene for an episode where it is more.
So like a
in line with the
flashback
theme.
episode.
Sort of, yeah. We're gonna stick with charges and Alder's mommy issues theme this episode.
Oh, I'm regretting this. I should have run away.
This is great.
You return to your group, and JJ McKluckin is there, and he sort of explains He doesn't explain the intricacies of it, other than 5 of you are on trial for Elf Court. Elf Court will judge you if you're good or wicked. Usually it is 1 by 1. You'll go up to the stand and be... It's more like a debate rather than it is a court scene where someone will argue something and then the defendant will come up and argue against it. And then there's one final question round from the jury itself. So prosecutor will get a chance to ask a question, then be cross-examined, and then jury asks questions, and then you're just done on that charge. So let's say I punched a guy and then stole his car. I get questioned for punching him, and then I get questioned for stealing his car, but I cannot be questioned for punching him after I'm done because I stole his car and that was already taken care of, sort of like double jeopardy sort of deal. Anyway, that's okay. Yeah, you all return the next day to the same spot where the elf person decided to meet you, and hand you your arrest warrant one more time. I'm going to pull that up for the stream because I think I did a good job of how it looks.
It looks spectacular.
Let's try
Oh, it's
it.
very good. Yeah.
I agree. It looks great.
Warrant.
Very fancy.
Image file. Feel kind of bad that I didn't have it prepared. JJ, would you mind just filling the void of stuff?
Yes. All right. Now,
Actually, I take
before
it
we
back.
get-
I just got it.
Okay, that's fine. I wasn't going to ask anything important.
Okay. Yeah, here's
I mean,
our
I was, but
our here's our warrant. the Castaneria High District Court, the Madrid family versus the Flaming Fist, case number 0118-999-881999-119-7253. The defendant, which will be filled in by Mr. JJ McKluckin. The 5 that are on trial for the death of Sadine of House Eunice are Alder of House Hollerst, the student Alexander Highmoor, whose house removed, unidentified Leopard Tabaxi Scoundrel, unidentified Air Genasi Psychic Mage, and unidentified Gnomish Mage. 4, 5 counts conspiracy against a government official, 5 count dishonesty of the highest degree to an officer of the High Court upon foreign soil, obstruction of justice, 2 counts tampering of evidence, 1 count escape from school custody, 1 count illegal interrogation tactics, including but not limited to body horror and psychic scarring, and 1 count of breach of interplanar contract. And the warrant was approved by none other than Constable Keeley. So as you return, he says, I believe that you are the defendant. Speaking to JJ.
Yes, I will be representing the Honorable Flaming Fist.
This does not bode well.
How does your friends, how do they plead?
We plead within the good nature of things.
Okay, sign here.
All right. And, JJ will sign. Big,
Gruff.
like, wispy kind of way of doing it.
Over the top like all lawyers are.
Of course.
Gruff likes making checks when I don't ask for them. And one of the checks that he just made was a history check. And he rolled a 3 - 3 0. Gruff is very confused.
What is this place? What?
Oh, we're already at the court. Wow, that's
The portal, there's a portal that he steps through, and he sort of gestures larger than needed to have the group walk in with him. Inside is not a court, but a forest. The long story short is you have to, I think this is just a general known thing. There are certain places that are more magical than others, and in order to transport long distances, you need to be in one of these magical places. So waiting for you is a cart to carry you all to the court. And inside the cart is a
cart? Sorry.
A what cart?
A shopping cart.
It's not a shopping cart. That would be funny if there's a tiny cart outside for the like on the end, like a just married can sort of thing, just for Gruff. That'd be adorable.
Oh my god.
There is a cart, and it's a horse-drawn carriage, more or less. Though notably, there is a little girl in the back, and she seems pretty excited whenever you all step onto the cart. She says, "Hi, I'm Emma. Are you going to?
Delilah.
Hi, Delilah. Are you going to court as well?
I like this woman already.
Yes, we're going to court as well.
My parents are
Indeed.
getting divorced.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
I'm
for
sorry
that.
about that.
That's okay. You
Do they have good legal representation? Here, you should take my card.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Mr. McDonald's? McKluckin.
McDonald's.
Yeah, we can't say McDonald's. That's copyright.
Thank you, McChicken.
Oh my lord, we are getting sued so hard.
Well, I
I'm
hope
warming up
everything's
to this
well for
child
you.
minute by minute. The more they insult the good lawyer.
What are you guys going to court for? You been bad?
No, we have
Not necessarily. We haven't been bad at all.
I haven't been bad
They're
either,
a bunch
but I
of
still
liars.
have to go.
We're sure you're a very good girl.
Do you guys want to play a game before we go? While we're
Would
on
you
our
like to
way?
play?
Really, no.
Sure, why not?
not?
Have you guys ever heard of the game Never Have I Ever?
oh.
Yes.
Yes, we have. Or at least I have. I'm not sure about the others.
Okay.
I played all the time back in college.
Okay, I'll
As a
start.
dog, I don't understand this.
Can I pet your dog first?
Sure.
Gruff, let her pet you.
What's the vibe she's giving me? Hold on.
Roll an insight check.
I'm looking at Gruff very
She's
meditatively.
sus.
She's not. What? You can't determine if she's not, but they based on a roll. They
No,
rolled
that's
an 8.
Well,
You get
I'm
to
looking
pick
at you
what happened.
very menacingly, like let her pet you.
I'm just pissing with you.
Yeah, he rolled an
Actually-
8. Go ahead, Jim. Sorry.
I did kind of want to read, like, well, specifically Alder, but the general feelings of the other group, the rest of the group, because I think Delilah's scared and she'd try to take positive emotions to feel
That makes
Oh,
sense.
Xander's chill.
So Gruff is kind of confused, but that's just Gruff. The rest of the party in general is hesitantly optimistic. JJ seems to be very confident in his abilities, and that rubs off on the rest of them. Other than Alder and Barry, who are notably a bit more worried. They have a lot on their minds.
I want to
And
ask them if they're okay then, but quietly.
Emma is very excited to get this game underway. She seems to be a bit lonely because there's been no one in her cart ride. But yeah,
Really.
so go ahead.
It's gonna be depressing.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask Naya and Barry, are they near each other? I wanted to ask if they were okay.
Sure. Alder, do you think you're sitting next to Barry?
Probably not intentionally, but Alder probably did a thing where, like, you sit down in, like in a bus or a train, and then there's this person that insists on sitting next to you, and you're like, oh yeah, and you do that kind of like polite, oh of course, yeah, but internally you're like, oh fuck off, please.
The entirety of the
fine.
seats are not taken, but they sit directly beside you instead.
Yep. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, yes,
that's-
those people.
Yeah.
I imagine
Barry
Barry-
is definitely like a sitting spreader too. Like he's thoroughly lounging
Oh.
in this cart.
Yeah, I'm sitting at the edge doing that, like squeezed in, like, oh for fuck's sake, oh come on.
I feel like Barry
Uh,
gets a little bit of entertainment out of harassing Alder.
Oh,
I'm just-
absolutely.
This entire group gets entertainment out of harassing Alder.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Hey,
Not
are you
wrong.
guys okay? I know it's kind of scary, but I've been in a lot of boring political situations, so I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
Oh,
glad to hear
just bureaucracy.
Jump
Just
cut to the future.
bureaucracy.
So, I bet you're wondering how we got here.
As we're in a
It's
supermax
just
prison,
it's all of us in jail.
All in prison.
including
Yeah.
JJ.
That's me. I bet you're what happened.
The
JJ's
entirety
there
of the
too.
Flaming Fist is just like in cuffs.
Including JJ.
Yeah, we're all
And
just going to
Alder is
prison.
like out there, just like on like not even a break. That's like too gruesome, but like he's a martyr for the Flaming Fist.
Martyred. Yeah, we just
What?
executed.
I'm a
for us.
martyr?
Yeah, they execute
I mean,
you.
it's
Someone has to
cool.
do it.
No,
The fall
that's
guy.
a martyr.
Who better than the
That's a
most
martyr,
trustworthy
Gruff.
member?
That's a scapegoat.
If
That's it.
we're sent to prison, the most trustworthy person is considered untrustworthy, so you have to be martyred for us.
That's a good point.
God.
Sorry, Alder.
Right.
Fuck all you guys.
Emma is petting Gruff. Gruff, roll a d20.
Oh no.
I
Does
want
she
to see
have
how
to
good. I want to see how good these pets are.
Careful, wee one. He bites like really hard.
If he
It's
bites
an
us, you're
average pet. It's just a nice pet. It's weird because kids don't know their own strengths sometimes, so it's a little forceful. But she does seem to be caring for you, despite it being a little bit forceful. She
This is
says,
not a child lich.
"Okay, I guess we'll do a few rounds because we're gonna get there pretty soon. But basically, since we're in voice chat, you'll have to say that you put your finger down because otherwise it's not gonna work." She shields up her 5 fingers and says, "Okay, never have I ever punched a dog."
Barry
Not
puts a finger down.
I knew it.
I
Also
lightly
finger
punched Gruff
down
and
as
put a
well.
finger down.
Gruff would bark at her. What do you mean you have never?
He says, "What do you mean you never punched a dog before?"
I didn't say that.
Wait, remind
What?
me. Sorry, reminds the foreigner how never have I
So
ever. 'cause I've
never have I
never-
ever basically works like this. It's a weird group, mostly children's game. Where
Drinking game.
It's maybe a drinking game. I don't know. I'm not cool enough to drink.
Both.
Five people. A bunch of people put 5 fingers up, and they would say
Right.
something like, "Never have I ever been to Disney World." And if you have been to Disney World, you put a finger down. Or never have I ever
Oh, I've definitely punched a dog. I
Kissed
mean,
a-
Alder has.
kissed a coworker or something. It's like
What
you
was
try to
it?
do embarrassing things to sort of jab at the other people, but it's also just to get to know each other better. I don't know if there's any winners in this game because it's kind of embarrassing, but
I believe the winner is whoever gets to 0 fingers first.
I think it's only less losers.
yeah, I think it's the least
Yeah.
loser.
Just lose less.
Oh, so it's just like true politics. Nice.
Alexander
Yeah.
just looks at Emma, then just lightly punches Gruff and puts a finger down.
Oh my god!
I love that.
Retaliation.
That is amazing.
Like gently bite Alexander's like ankle.
Oh, thank God, it's someone else. I legitimately thought you were like, I bite Alder. Why?
That would have been so much funnier.
Gruff, could
You're
you
the
please
face of the party.
make an intelligence saving throw, my friend?
Oh,
Like as he goes to bite, I'm gonna light up my finger with a firebolt.
Oh
Oh
wow.
my God!
Gruff
Like,
knows
no,
how to
that's
play this
going
game.
on.
Don't you dare!
Gruff
Well, that's
knows
going
how
on.
to play this game.
Maybe it's gonna be like,
Pop.
I am under the assumption that Gruff is like Scooby Doo. Like he
Basically.
can speak, but we don't actually understand how that's like biologically
Ruh-roh,
possible. But nobody
Rowlix.
cares. Yeah.
Okay.
so JJ is gonna ask, just to clarify. Did you say punch a dog?
Yes.
Okay,
Like with
yeah,
your-
I've never done that.
With your fist.
Oh. Have you
What are you counting as
slapped
a dog? Do you count wolves? Do you count people who are referred to as dogs?
I think
Or do you mean domestic?
can the dog go next?
Okay. So DM,
I mean,
with an intelligence check of 10, would Gruff know what a middle finger is?
I think that he knows it's not polite.
I think he would know what it is, but he can't really do it because
Dogs only have 4 fingers.
I was hoping that Gruff would say, "Never have I ever done something," and Delilah could translate for him.
Never have I ever
Yeah, I
licked
can
my
do that.
balls. Everyone puts their finger down.
Go ahead, Gruff.
Never have I ever ate a cactus. And Gruff put his finger down.
I will
That's
put.
not how that
Alder will
works.
put another finger down.
I
Yeah,
haven't
JJ
had
will put a
one
finger
yet.
down.
I should probably do that.
It's actually not
I've
that
had like
bad.
the inside part of a cactus because that's good. I haven't had the spines, so I put a finger down.
I heard pink prickly pears are good.
There's also peyote, but we're not going to talk about that.
Okay, Delilah, it's your turn.
Never have I ever felt at home in the Forgotten Realms.
What's the Forgotten Realms? That's
I mean,
not
I've
what
said
the place is
Jesus
called.
several times, so I think it's safe to say that.
Fine, wherever the hell we are.
In the material plane, I suppose. Yeah, just the Sword Coast is a
I can't
probably a good
remember
answer.
what the name of the planet's called.
We can say the Forgotten Realms is what they call
Toril is
it
what
where
it's
she's
called.
from.
It's called
Yeah,
Toril.
Toril. Yeah, that's the planet. Emma puts
I'll
a
put my
finger
fingers
down.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
whoa.
finger down.
Emma puts her finger down.
Yeah,
Yeah, you feel at home.
she says, "I get thrown around a lot between my
Oh, yeah.
parents, so it's
Wait,
I don't I feel like maybe
I'm-
my home was at school."
I'm confused.
So
if you
you're-
put
you're
your
meant to
finger
put-
down, you've not
Yeah, you're
done
supposed
it.
to put it down
You
if you
have.
feel at home.
So if you
Right?
feel at home, put a finger down. Delilah's saying
Oh, I
she
don't
hasn't
put a
because
finger
she's a
down then.
foreigner.
I got
Loser
confused.
from the Feywild.
Yeah.
I was
So I will
confused
also
by
put
the
a finger
game. I
down
put my finger
because
back
the
up.
Forgotten Realm is where rats are.
I do not put a finger down then. I retroactively take the
We're
downing
going
of
to
the
adopt
finger.
a child today.
I hope not. We are not for
Yes.
any
I'll help
human
look after
life.
her.
Any life. We really shouldn't even have a dog. The only reason
really
is because
should
the
not have a
dog is.
dog.
I
I mean,
have
the
so
only-
many animals. They're
reason-
all fine.
The only reason we have a dog is because
Well, they're like a
the dog
hive
is-
mind, Jim.
Dog is stronger than
Yeah.
I am.
Well,
Is
the dog is technically our CEO, so.
it's your turn, Mr. Gnome. He's talking to Lumpor. We're going down the list if you can't tell.
Oh, I'm here. I'm
No, I couldn't
sorry.
tell.
I thought you were in the cart. So to backtrack, Lumpor has punched a dog. So he's holding up 4 fingers. Never have I ever flown.
I definitely put a finger down for that.
Not yet. I should get on that.
I think Alder's the
I'll
only
put a
one that's
finger down for
flown.
that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can
yeah?
fly. I can just do it.
I certainly cannot
Yeah.
fly.
JJ will
What's
put
the
a finger down.
definition of flying?
That's a great question.
Not
Is it
falling.
falling for a long time, or is it just actually flying? Like
Falling
going
with
up and
style.
down?
Gruff, what? How can a dog fly?
He's
I'm
a-
You never
asking
seen
because
Air Bud?
it's just like Toy Story, bro.
You never seen Air Bud?
Well, you lived with like elves, and come on, if you live with elven children,
Okay,
they
I know what
probably
he's
were like,
talking about.
"I'm going to put a fly spell on the puppy," and you're like, "Oh,
It's a powerful elven child.
I was about to say, I know. I think
Yeah, but an elven child's
last
like so
session, Gruff
Then
did
again,
a massive
elven
jump,
childs are a lot older
so
than
that's
human
probably what he's
childs.
talking about.
Big jump
I'm-
quite well.
I'm asking if jumping counts as flying.
Jumping does not count as flying, no.
Okay, no.
Okay, Mr. Elf Boy.
You're up, Nye.
oh, is he? Oh, me? Fuck. Okay. So I've eaten cactus, I've flown, and I've definitely had to punch a dog. Oh gosh, right. I gotta think what you guys will have done. Never have I ever. Never have I ever had to drink mead.
Lumpor puts his finger
Finger down.
JJ will put his finger
Finger
down.
down.
Finger
Oh,
down.
He's down to 2.
Yeah, you're done.
Oh, what a shock! Everyone here's an
Alexander was a
alcoholic.
frat boy.
Hey, I never said I was an alcoholic.
Look, you know me. You got us from college. I don't know what you expected.
Yeah, that's true.
I was a gladiator. How do you think we celebrated victories?
How do you think you dealt with pain? Just drink, go away.
How can
We're not
Miss,
just my emotional torment.
Mr. McTin Piece Combo is your turn?
This little girl has some very good ideas for a store.
All right, let's see here. Now, do I need to say something that I literally have never done?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
well,
that makes
no,
it
it's
a bit
something
harder.
you have done.
It's something you've done, but nobody
No,
else
it's something
has done.
you have not done. Never have I
Yeah,
ever.
have not.
So
Right.
never
Yeah.
have I ever been on a roller coaster before.
Oh.
Anyone who's been on a roller coaster, finger down.
Never have I ever not cheated in a courtroom to get my clients off because I wanted a lot of money.
I like the double negative.
I will put my finger down at that point.
Nice, but it's
You were a
courtroom,
lawyer?
nice.
You're supposed to be trustworthy, Alder.
What?
Nah, you're not trustworthy. You cheated.
Well, I mean, when you're in the Fey Wild Court, sometimes you have to tell a fib, and when you're the only one in the room that can tell a lie, it does come in handy. And
That's not
technically,
trustworthy.
I am very trustworthy. I was very trustworthy to the person that I got off, the littering. I mean, that is a capital punishment,
Okay,
Damn, the Green
by
Party
unicorn
really
eating.
took over in the elves, didn't they?
Mr. Wizard.
Indeed. Also,
Which-
I'm dressed up in like a full tux right now with a shield.
Mr. Shield.
Thank you. So it's something I haven't done.
Yes. Like punch dogs.
Well, I just did that.
Please don't punch girls.
Oh no, don't worry. I've done that too.
Oh.
Oh God!
You have to
Can-
be willing to punch both men and women in our line of work.
Can
Yeah,
I-
but girls is like children, like a small
you meant little
child.
girls? Then, well, I do have younger sisters. Well,
Oh
technically
God!
older. I'm not going into my family life.
Can I just open the carriage door and just fall out? At this
Never,
I think-
never have I ever used
I
magic
feel like that would be easier.
specifically to harm someone.
Oh, I definitely put a
Fireball.
finger down for that.
Yeah, JJ will put a finger down for that.
I
Gruff
will
Boy
too.
has
We fought.
Gruff Boy has 2 paws.
Alexander
I-
keeps his fingers
I
up.
hope there is an arcane eye or whatever the magical equivalent of a security camera, and there is some person fastidiously.
that's what they're
taking
actually
down
doing!
notes.
Oh, definitely.
Oh god.
Gruff
They're
is
just
lying.
lying on us.
I'm imagining
And they're
Gruff
just like,
lying on his
now I'm
back with all of his
paranoid.
paws down.
Now I'm paranoid.
Paranoid. I'm
Gruff
Jamie
is
McKluckin.
poking his belly, using his paws and his tail as fingers.
I
Yeah.
use my magic
Yes.
only to protect, even if I fireballed Nye in the face.
Snore,
Like
snore.
deliberately hard those kobolds, though.
But I was trying to protect Nye.
Okay.
Even if he harmed the kobolds, he was protecting something else.
Could the kitty with
Okay.
pretty fur go?
Oh, never have I ever. Like you've gotten me flustered now, Emma.
Sorry.
Never have I ever told my own secrets to a full wagon of potential criminals before.
Oh.
Finger down.
I'm putting a finger down as well then.
I'm not. Fuck that. Finger is way up.
I'm not. These are not
putting-
secrets.
Technically, we are guilty until we are wicked until proven good.
No, it's innocent until proven guilty.
Which
Fucking
fake court have you
court
been to?
you
It's the opposite way around.
No, elven courts do try to prove
That's
something.
you're thinking human court. You're bad until
No,
you're
no,
proven good.
No, seriously, elven courts do try to prove that you are good or evil. The problem is that they're massive assholes
Yes,
and,
so they just
and have
assume
been
you're
using
evil to
these
begin with.
rules longer than some civilizations.
I think
So-
they're assholes.
Excellent. Say
Li-
that to your divorcee.
Little lady, do not use that kind of
Don't do
language.
that.
You're not old enough for
Swear
that.
to your
How
heart's
old is this elf? How old is this girl?
It's elf years. It's different.
No, wait.
How old is she in elf years?
Yes.
Just
Well,
divide
we
by
can't
5.
ask that. What a weird question that is to ask a child.
Actually, no, divide by 18.
How old are you?
It's not a weird child. That's like the first thing you ask a little kid. What's your name? How old are you? That's the two
No.
things they always know.
I can't tell because you're assholes.
Good job. You're learning the important lessons.
Good
of life.
job.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
What does she look like? Like, how old can Gruff estimate in his dog brain?
Fuck you.
She looks to
That's
be about
dreadful.
5, an equivalent of 5 years old.
I have elven
So
sisters.
she's
How old
like
does she look to me?
25. Okay.
She's like
Yeah,
25.
that's about right. Yeah, that's about right. 25, 30.
Okay, the other gnome.
Wait. Is Intrepid in here with us?
No,
In the-
Intrepid's not. Helbeic's the last one to go.
Intrepid's an
Oh.
elf.
Or
Sorry. Oh, sorry, Intrepid.
So, someone mentioned what they were wearing to court. You will
Aw.
not find this surprising. I'm wearing my fanciest wizard robes, emblazoned with various rats on it.
I assumed as much.
Yes, you should expect
Is
nothing
that-
less.
Is that the never have I ever?
No, the never have I ever, and never have I ever killed a rat.
Finger
Oh, I
down.
can't. Yeah, I literally can't lie about that. I definitely put a finger down. I'm just wondering if Helbeic remembers.
Haha, it was my other character. You can't get me on that one, Helbeic.
That's the thing. I can't remember it because I don't remember that entire thing.
Nope, you don't.
Very,
Yeah,
very.
you didn't see me burst that little rat like a water balloon, as horrifying as
Oh
that image is.
gosh.
God.
You
You are
had to
very
know that, didn't
fast
you?
mage hand and then puts all of its fingers down.
So who has the least fingers up right now?
I think
Me?
Gruff.
Or no?
Gruff.
I have
I have the
one.
most.
I have one. I have
thumb
one
up.
finger left up.
Yeah,
I
I
have
have
3
no
fingers
fingers up.
Actually,
Nye
I have 2
wins.
fingers left.
I think I have 3 left. Yes.
Gruff only has 2 claws.
Yay! I win.
Nye wins with me and Barry 1 behind.
Terrifying.
I'm pretty sure you're meant to have the most fingers up, not the least, because you're. I don't know.
It's because
What
you're
about-
assholes.
Oh, I'm loving every moment of this. Keep saying that. Say that to your parent, and say that the other parent told you to say that. But
Do
say it
not
over.
do that!
Say that to Say that to the parent you like
Do not
more.
listen to this elf man.
Or is going to
Please
give
do.
Emma an axe.
He has more charges than the rest
Oh,
of
I
us.
still have it. I have an axe I could give her if I really want to bad him.
Doesn't he have more charges than the rest of us?
Yes, he does.
Where
There's
are
more
we
charges
again?
towards him.
Are you like in a? Are you in a forest or
We
are
don't even
you
know
in
where
like
they
a
came from.
matrix?
You're
Where
traveling
it's
to
just
court.
like white space.
Now you're
We're just
traveling.
talking to the local.
Just going through a forest, and as the forest opens up, you see a bustling city. It would be the fantasy equivalent of skyscrapers and quite a few carts traveling around. It's very bustling, and it seems to hit a hard cutoff directly when the forest ends, directly into pavement. A lot of these buildings are made of a weird, completely white wood, almost as if the woods were grown and the trees rise up and then they were carved out to be buildings rather than cut down. And you all make your way to the court. I mean, it's fairly straightforward to get to the courthouse. Your guide says, to the left is the courthouse, and to the right is the bank in case you need to make any withdrawals or deposits before your sentence is underway.
DM for a second here. For a second, when you said to the left, I'm like, I thought we were going to do the Cuban shuffle for a second there.
Yes. 3 hops this time. Do. And he says, if you don't mind, could you please cha-cha real smooth?
Indeed, I shall.
The big doors, because all courtrooms have big, gigantic doors. The big doors open up to a courtroom glistening with fireflies that bathes itself in artificial moonlight from above. It's a beautiful night sky. As you approach the stands and place that you sit, Kent, who is the one who you all accused of murder, stands head down on some documents with his lawyer, Plaintiff Gorm, and he gives you the side eye as you 6 approach and sit down.
Whoa.
And
Wait.
you take your
Yeah.
seats at the defendant's table.
What?
JJ is preparing your opening statements. Alder and Barry, his lawyer is the elf sniffer who was the one that...
Wait, who's lawyer? Say that again?
Elf sniffer, aka Gorm. He's the one that...
He's Kent's lawyer.
Yeah, he's the one that you saw, I guess, threaten Alder in the restaurant diner, who booted it to the Shadowfell and tossed a knife at his head.
Do we pass? Like, how close do we pass with him?
You're a few feet from him. He is reviewing documents at the moment.
Is he our prosecutor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is. Is it possible for me to talk to him?
Second.
I don't think that's a good idea. I'm just gonna...
Sure. Do you want to say psst, or do you want to like tap him on the shoulder?
I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder.
He says, "Hey, you. I reckon you Alder, ain't you?"
Yeah, I am Alder. Yeah, I just wanted to talk to the prosecutor. See what the opposition was, as they say. Seems a pretty stand-up guy.
You know I can't disclose any of that information.
No, I know. Would be yeah. No, I understand. Just wanted to.
He looks
the flesh, as they say.
He looks you up and down and looks at what you're dressed like. He says, "Wow, you certainly cleaned yourself up, don't you, bub?" He gives you a little slap on the face, a friendly slap on the face.
Yes, I do. It's nice wearing the uniform. Yeah, a little flaming fish right there. how life goes. I have another question. Is there a judge present?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Just was now I've realised that this doesn't look good because there are witnesses to what I'm talking to this man with, but that's fine. It's whatever. Bad decisions are Alder's bread and butter.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
I think seeing it, I think sort of recognizing Storm Elf Sniffer and having had this conversation, Barry is like going to pretend that he doesn't like acknowledge Storm Elf Sniffer, but he's going to message Alexander Highmoor. I mean, with the message spell, and just kind of say in your head.
Spoiler, you're try to do so. You do the little finger waggles that is necessary for message. Your spells do not work in here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Great.
Yep. Fascinating. All right. Do we still all have our weapons, or did we have to turn in our weapons or something?
No, you still have all your weapons if you need to cause a ruckus, I suppose. I don't think it's happened in quite some time, unless you're a murderer. You're not allowed. You're fine. They trust you enough to not disrupt the justice system.
Or they trust themselves to nuke anyone that tries anything.
Or that.
Yes, the more alarming option.
Considering all magic is turned off, you can assume one over the other.
That's true.
Gruff, could you give me an insight check? Delilah will know this right off.
He doesn't know shit.
Gruff does not know. Delilah, Gorm, for lack of a better term, is a real big bully.
Great.
So, yeah. Good to, I mean, you clean up quite nice as well, all things considered.
He's about to say something, and the judge stands up, and he says, "Hello, Judge Hemo. Since the defendant's party seems to be new, allow me to explain the process. The prosecutor would call a member or members of the defendant's party to stand for questioning. The defendant will cross-examine them. Then we will go to the jury for further questions. We will repeat this process until all members of the accused have been examined. The prosecutor and defendant can call character witnesses if they are accepted by the court. Please file your character witnesses now. Lawyers, one final closing statement will be allowed by both lawyers after this, and the jury will deliberate and deem the accused good or wicked." JJ, who are your jurors and who are your character witnesses?
Okay. So who is not, like, I had it like
Gruff is not here.
Who is not?
Gruff is not in the trial, as well
Lumpor and
as
Gruff.
Lumpor.
Okay, so just Gruff and Lumpor?
Yeah, you can
Pretty
grab
much,
another
yeah.
miscellaneous. You can do Rayfield if you like.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Lumpor.
do.
Sorry,
Pardon?
go ahead, Lumpor.
Lirt Hazzard is also available.
Ooh, yeah.
And May and Belle, yeah. We actually have quite a few of quite a few of the C list.
We have quite the
group.
cast, yeah. Yeah,
And
I think
Tyrio.
I think definitely we're gonna do Lumpor. Lumpor, Teer, and yeah, you want to do one of the Hazzard boys?
Lumpor, Tyrio, and Lirt Hazzard are your jury members?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any character witnesses?
Yes, I definitely want to call Captain Clydesdale.
Okay. Can Gruff be a character witness just so we can have Gruff involved?
Yes. Yeah, oh yeah. Gruff was going to be my second call.
It's going to be that
he's a
thing.
good boy.
It's going to be that thing where you stand on either side and the dog has to choose which one he wants.
The ex-boyfriend could be a good witness.
This reminds me of, like, you know, in the final part of Ace Attorney, where, like, you're trying to cross-examine the parrot. I'm getting that vibe.
That's literally what you are.
I
Which,
don't
yeah,
understand that
internet
reference,
facts
but I
cool.
love it.
Yeah, that actually happens in real life. Animal courts are real. Just for anyone wondering. They have
Does anybody else have any suggestions?
The ex-boyfriend?
You
That's a
didn't.
good one.
I don't think he's
The one that
here.
we got off. Oh no,
Yeah.
he's not.
No, I don't think
Dang.
he's here for this.
Wow, this is a shit core.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it is
look
definitely
all the
one-sided.
meta
That's
time.
kind of the point.
Fucking asshole.
Can we put the judge on the stage? No.
That'd be funny.
Does anybody have Unseen Servant?
Let me
Jeremy!
check.
We're not putting an
Bring
we're
back
not
Jeremy!
Let me check my
ET boy
spell
up
list, actually.
there.
I might.
No.
I was gonna say we should put Jeremy up
I
there.
don't.
Oh,
I have a
okay.
floating gift, but I don't have unseen.
That's
Servant.
before
We're
the
all-
stream,
I have a
man.
familiar.
Oh yeah, I have a familiar too. Leonidas.
I was
He's actually
serious
out
about the
right now.
answer. I used him for interrogation techniques. He can be a witness.
I have my rat familiar.
My
Oh,
elf
we're
familiar
so
Leonidas.
doomed.
Yes, we
We're
should
so
bring along
fucking
the
doomed.
2 familiars.
Okay,
Oh, we're
as
so
well.
doomed.
sure, why not?
Can the familiars
We'll
all
go with
just be
that.
one group of witnesses?
Yes.
The familiar
guy.
crew.
The familiars, one guy.
The familiar
Yes, but
fist.
he's fine
it's
with
a
it.
subdivision.
Yeah.
Familiar fist. I love it.
That like the
Well,
Peg
the-
Adventures?
Judge Hemos slams his gavel and he says, "We're about to get started, bailiff." And the bailiff stands up. He goes, "Please welcome the jurors, Barney Noble, house removed." And Barney, Intrepid, would you mind explaining how your character looks?
Yes, Barney Noble is a mid-aged high elf male. He's about 125 years old. He's dressed in kind of longer robes with a nicer scarf wrapped around his neck.
Ooh, he's got a scarf. I love scarves. I love scarves on other people. I don't wear scarves, but I love scarves. Tyrio,
Hey.
Kentaford, Kent of House Madron, Thamor of House Rasilia. What's that?
He's a juror?
Yeah. Y'all got
Yeah,
3 juries.
they're assholes. They get to pick people to vote against us, basically.
Yeah, it's that's the whole point. So you guys get 3 jurors. The prosecutor gets 3 jurors, and then there's 3 jurors chosen at random from the Elven citizens. And Barney was one of the citizens. Tyrio was one of the jurors from you guys, and Kent is one of the jurors from the opposition. Thamor of House Rasilia, another Elven individual. Who is your second juror, JJ?
Second juror was
Lumpor, right?
Lumpor Ragefist. Yeah. Lumpor Ragefist.
Yeah.
Lumpor comes out. Deputy Seymour Dewey.
Shit.
Oh God.
Wait a minute.
It's
A
all
little
the people
kobold guy
left
comes
over.
out with he's wearing I guess a fancy policeman's outfit that's too big for him, and there is notably, where it's been washed a lot of times, there is the outline of a sheriff's badge that is just completely gone.
Oh, so we're all fucked.
Shanawi of House Marquis, who's the random Elvish juror, Lirt Hazzard, who is your guys, and Emma of House Keeley, and the little girl that you just talked to walks out.
What?
oh crap.
Oh no.
Yeah, I saw that coming. Yeah.
She thinks we're terrible
Yeah.
people.
All
We're all
We're
assholes.
being watched.
Hey,
Yep.
hey. So DM,
Yes.
would Gruff recognize this person? Well, the person that was writing with us from the past, or like
Who specifically are you asking? Dewey
the
or
local?
Kent? You definitely recognize Kent. Kent's one of your friends from a past life, I suppose. And you do recognize Emma because Emma was just here.
I was talking
What
about.
about Lumpor too?
Does Gruff have any like history on Emma, or
No, you just met her. But you do recognize
Can
Gorm
I-
as well, because I just remembered. Gorm,
Yeah.
you were in there with Gorm.
Yeah.
And one of his elf buds fed you sausages or something to bide your time. You do not like
he's gonna-
Gorm.
sausages?
I was gonna ask, can I and Highmoor roll to know if our houses pissed off the random jurors' houses, or is that not really relevant?
Sure, you can roll.
What would
Because
we
I have a
roll for that?
feeling that when they mean, "Oh, we picked them at random," it's like,
History.
"Oh yeah, you know,
Yeah, I think
your
that's
house
fair.
pissed off their house 200 years ago," and
Honestly,
it's
I
like,
don't know why I've been disowned.
What check
"Oh,
would
I
that be?
need to."
Insight or
History.
I would assume history.
19.
Ooh.
8.
Alder, you don't know
No.
of any of these people's houses, and you don't know. Alder definitely doesn't. But yeah, 19's good. You don't think that there's any beef. You're not that stacked. Just a little bit.
Doug, I'm sorry I didn't hear. Am I preparing an opening statement or just a closing statement?
You are preparing an opening statement.
Okay.
No pressure.
Oh, actually, I take that back. No, you don't have to do an opening statement. It's just straight into the stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
Gorm stands up,
Then I will.
and he says, "Helbeic, will we call you to the stand?"
Ooh. I stand up, straighten out my robes, and walk forward to the stand.
He covers his nose as you walk by. He sits you on the stand, and a bailiff comes over, and he says, "Do you recognize that you're in a zone of truth?"
I do now for sure, but yes, I suppose so.
I feel like Gorm's wearing suspenders just because that's funny. He says, "Helbeic, do you know why you're here?" I'm not doing the
still
accent.
slightly
Fuck.
confused onto it, the exact reason why.
All
I
right,
know it's
well,
something to do with breaking the law, but I'm not quite sure what laws I have broken.
well, you can read the warrant, right?
Oh yes, I can read, thanks for questioning my intelligence, but what I don't understand is which one of those applies to me.
Well, considering there are 5 counts of conspiracy, dishonesty, and obstruction of justice, I can do some simple math to say that those are you.
I suppose that makes sense. That hadn't crossed my mind. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Is that me? Yeah,
So,
that's me.
what exactly did you do during the investigation?
I attempted to figure out, because someone had just been supposedly murdered right in front of us, which we later figured out had not actually happened, due to various other outside forces, if you will. She faked her own death, is what we decided upon, and I attempted to figure out who was the killer at the time.
And did you find that out?
I believe so, yes.
But you're not sure.
And no one can ever be truly sure, but we're 99% sure who it is.
I'm hearing a lot of "I attempted" and "we tried to." I don't really see any good facts or evidence, or that you actually helped at all.
I mean, were you there?
No, but I am representing someone who's there, got a first-hand account, and we had a statement written up by Constable Keatley, so who exactly was the brains of this operation?
Brains of which operation?
Slandering the name of House Madrin.
Who's House Matron? I can't remember. I'm going to be
It's
honest.
Kent.
Oh.
Kent was the two-time boyfriend who staged the murder, and then his quote-unquote real girlfriend killed her sister. What I'm understanding is you didn't do anything.
Well, I investigated, talked to a few people, and ruled out false leads during the investigation that me and my partners conducted.
Let me level with you, Helbeic. I'm not sure that you were the one who had the idea to slander people's names and accuse. Because quite frankly, I don't think you're smart enough to do so. I think that one of these people here, your quote-unquote friends, told you what to do and you just did it.
Once again, thank you for questioning my intelligence. I'll have you know that I had somewhere in the mid-range of my class when I graduated.
Okay. Plain and simple, who's the mastermind over there? You can get off easy, you know?
There is no true mastermind between us. We work together. We are a team. You might have heard of those occasionally.
Yeah, but usually a team, everyone does 5 of you. Everyone does 20%. For you, that's 1/5 of the work. But it looks like you did 0, so they can't think that much high. They can't think highly of you if you can't do anything. Isn't that right?
I mean, I would suppose so, but you could ask them, I suppose.
I plan on it. Yeah. Just curious on why you were even there. What were you doing there?
Well, you see, what happened was there was a dog, Sir Gruff, actually, and he had walked over to us. He kind of barked at us. Our friend Delilah translated for us, and we needed to grab something and bring it back. I believe it was a pint of oil. And as we were walking over there was a loud scream, so we ran inside to find a supposedly dead body.
So, you walk in and see a, quote, supposedly dead body, and you just walk away from it? That didn't...
I never said that I walked away from it, actually. We stood around it talking for quite a while, trying to figure out what just happened.
Are you accustomed to being beside dead bodies for a long time? That's something that most people don't want to be around.
It's most certainly not the most enjoyable thing, but I am a mercenary.
You have experience in the area.
Yes, unfortunately.
I see. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, as you can see, Helbeic, despite not understanding why he's here and what he has to offer the group, he's quite clearly guilty of probably killing a few people in his past. And
Your Honor, objection, that is speculation.
He slams his gavel down and says, "Sustained."
Thank you.
Whatever it is, he's comfortable around dead bodies. And that doesn't sit right with me. A good person wouldn't be in that line of
Your Honor,
business.
speculation again. Objection.
He says, "No. Good people don't play with the dead. It's fine. Thank you. There's no reason for him to be there other than to amplify the wrong hoods of his friends, which I'm sure we'll get to in a second. Mr. JJ, you can have the floor."
Thank you. Now, Mr. Helbeic, are you a detective?
Well, I suppose not.
Have you ever served in any capacity of the court?
I mean, I've helped find a few things for people before that had been stolen back in my clan's village.
But did you do it as an officer of the court?
No, not as an officer of the court. No.
Now, you have some experience with violence, yes?
Yes, I am a mercenary after all.
And if you saw one man trying to hack another man to pieces, would you intervene?
Yes, I would like to think that I would be able to intervene and try to get them to stop murdering each other.
And would you say that is a wicked action to stop two people from trying to kill each other?
No, I would not.
Objection, leading the witness.
Your Honor, if my counterpart will remember, I am the defense attorney, and it is my job to lead the witness. To get to a point, it is against him to not lead the witness.
Objection. I object, just because I can. I don't think this is very helpful, Your Honor. Saying things that is generally considered as a good thing is not helpful for the argument.
Your Honor, that is the whole reason that we are in this court, is it not? To determine what is wicked and what is right, and where these
The judge shakes his head no.
members
Says,
of this mercenary company sit.
your position is explicitly to tell if your party is good or wicked, not what that could be.
Yes, but in order to establish that, we have to establish what good and wicked is.
Just be careful where you're going, son.
Thank you. Now, to get back to the issue at hand, Ms. Helbeic, whenever the dog Gruff came to you and brought you to the scene, did you feel like some wrongdoing had occurred?
Yes, I did. I felt like something had taken place here, but I was not sure what at the time.
Now, did you think it was a wicked action that had happened?
That's what I had assumed, yes.
Now, would you say that it is wicked action to do nothing whenever faced with injustice?
Yes, I would.
So whenever Gruff brought you to this body, you felt a call to action to right a wrong, is that correct?
That is correct.
Now tell me, why was Kent accused?
Are you asking Helbeic?
Yes.
That's a great question. I'm going to be honest, it's been a while and I can't remember
That's
what
okay.
the reason behind it was.
I think that you accused Kent because you and your rest of your friends believed that Kent was guilty of a crime, specifically conspiracy of murder, was what you settled on, or something like that?
No, so we accused both of them in that, yeah, Hugh and
You said the
Elena, was that the
girl,
name?
the sister,
Elena.
Who was the murderer,
committed
yeah.
murder, and he pretty much did nothing.
Yeah, he was an
wrong.
accomplice. Yeah,
Yes.
an
he was the
accessory to
accomplice.
He was
murder. Yeah.
complicit. And they had this plan anyway, which also kind of is a crime. I'm not
Technically
sure.
kidnapping.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but to be clear, faking your own death is also pretty, it's a pretty mundane crime, but it is a crime to do because there's lots of not
It's
good
fraud,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fraud, yeah. So,
we're
regardless, he's guilty
blaming him of accessory to
something.
fraud.
Yeah. No, he was.
Yes, so with that going forward, I should ask, had you ever met Kent before this?
I had not met Kent before this.
So you had no personal ties to him?
Correct.
And so your accusation came out of a base in what the evidence and facts had come towards you, is that correct?
That is correct.
So it would be standard to say that you acted on your best instincts at your interpretation at the time, not out of malice or foresight. Is that correct?
That is correct. I had never met this man before in my life.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I would like to point out that to act out against evil is not in its own self a wicked action, nor is it to make a mistake. We all make mistakes. It happens quite often. I don't know about you all, but I made quite a many mistakes till this day. But mistakes make us stronger. Now, this may have just been an incident, and from Mr. Helbeic's testimony, we can know for certain that this wasn't done out of malice. This wasn't done for personal reasons. This was just how the evidence had been laid out to them. These members who are not detectives, but they were trying to help out. Thank you, Mr. Helbeic. I have no further questions.
Thank you. I'm gonna go sit back down.
Oh, you don't go down yet. The jury has to question you.
Oh yes, yeah, I forgot about the jury.
The judge, okay. Any questions from the jury? And Kent stands up and he says, "Mr. Helbeic."
Yes. How have you been?
Well, to be honest, quite shit. You
It's
put me and
understandable.
my girlfriend in prison. I'll have you remember.
Yes, I remember, but it was worth asking all the same.
You like to revel in your malice, I see.
No, I don't. It's just a common courtesy to ask someone how they've been.
JJ seemed to ask if you had any ties to me to assault my family, but I would like to bring up to my juror friends up here that it may not have to be specifically against me. It could be someone related to my family or Elena's family, even, who sadly didn't even want to be here because of the emotional distress. So tell me, Mr. Helbeic, do you have any family that caused a bit of trouble or someone you didn't know about that you could probably cause some trouble down the road? Such as a sister or sibling that might want to backstab you later.
So interesting you might mention that whole sibling thing. There's this very interesting thing that I learned recently. I have a brother that I didn't know about.
Oh,
As far as I know, we are on very good terms with each other, as he is currently sitting in the room today with us.
he continues waiting.
I point. I point.
Lumpor, we haven't really discussed it. How does Lumpor feel about Helbeic being his brother and then learning that you have a dad and then your dad explodes?
Lumpor he does not have any ill will towards Helbeic. However, he feels a little bit weird about it. He doesn't like their dad, but he knows Helbeic is apparently a younger brother, and therefore clearly has no guilt, as he was not even a gleam in their dad's eye at the time.
So, Kent says, so you accused my girlfriend of killing your sister because you thought that there was some strife between them? Are you saying that there's no reason that siblings could fight? Because I'm sure that you and your brother are perfect terms all the time, always happy with each other, love each other till the day you die. Everything's crystal perfect, huh?
I'm going to be honest in saying that, as for this brother, I haven't known him for that long, and yes, we have been on good terms the entire time, thanks for asking. Now, as for my other brothers, who have been back home, we used to work on a farm together. And we would have our occasional argument, but it would never get violent, in any sense of the word.
Precisely. Yeah, you wouldn't stab your brother. Just saying. Unless you were truly wicked, which obviously we're not. That's why we're here. And he sits down, and a few moments pass, and do any of the other jurors have questions?
Lirt will stand up. So, my fellow jurors questioning, he seemed to be asking, would there be any reason for siblings to attack each other? He didn't ask what reason you discovered. Was there sufficient evidence to point that this man's potential mate killed their sibling?
Oh, I just realized you're asking me, and I have not said anything. As far as we are aware, to the best of our knowledge, we believe that there was evidence pointing to the murder of Helena.
Mhm. And as just myself, as someone who has lived in nature almost all of my life, I can tell you that wolves kill each other all the time. Siblings, parents, etc. I don't know about these wolves, but I do know that most humanoids are really just smart animals in general. And I suppose the point of the initial question was that you had no knowledge of uh, this gentleman and his potential mate. Um, and even if, say, your family had issues with his family or her family, you had absolutely no knowledge of those interactions, correct?
That would be correct.
So I'm really unsure what my fellow juror was getting at, because that clearly states there's no malice involved. Thank you. Okay, sit down.
Okay. The judge says, Helbeic, you can sit down now.
Thank you.
We would like to call...
I bow slightly and go sit down.
Gorm would like to call both Barry and Alexander to the stand.
Oh, I thought it was one at a time.
No, it's members. You can do multiples.
All right. Let's get the show on the road then, Barry.
Indeed.
My first question doesn't go to both of you. It only goes to Barry. I have multiple accounts that you didn't exist for half the time you were at the household. So can you explain that?
Didn't exist?
You weren't seen, and then magically you turn up at the end with some evidence that we'll get to in a little bit. But no one saw you.
I think we can agree, sir, that just because something is unobserved doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
What is your line of work?
I am a member of this band of guards and warriors.
Right, what's your specialty? What do you... Someone's maybe good with axes, someone can maybe summon tentacles or whatever. What do you do?
I see. I am good with a bow, with a rapier, and I am particularly good at acrobatics if we need to scout or be unobserved.
Or hop up onto a second floor to stab someone in the back while they're sleeping. Or right in the chest, maybe.
Objection. Speculation.
The judge puts up a hand because she just said sure. So, what I'm hearing is you have the perfect skill set to act in wickedness when called upon.
When called upon, yes, but I have chosen in my life to not act with wickedness, which I think you would find that any of the character witnesses you might call could attest to.
Okay.
What I had in fact been doing while unobserved was putting the same skill sets we have mentioned to use guarding the outside of the house and investigating the upstairs to ensure that whoever had caused violence was not doing further violence. I failed in that, obviously, as you know, as the young lady was ultimately killed, but that was afterwards when I had returned and was in fact in the company of the rest of these companions.
So, like Helbeic, you set out there to... He set out to investigate things, and you set out to defend from any more violence, and both of you suspiciously failed?
I think you will also agree that people can try very hard and still fail.
Okay. And you did also this. I'm opening this question to Alexander as well. You both seem to find a piece of the murder weapon and pick it up and carry it inside.
I can tell you precisely why that was found. Would you like me to? Because it would unravel a decent amount of your statement.
I
I'll
don't-
stay silent if you wish.
Well, obviously the murder weapon was found because a murder happened with it. I want to know why you touched it and tampered with the evidence.
I didn't touch it. I utilized Mage Hand to do so.
Oh, but your magic touched it.
Yes, but that's different residue. You can't stab someone with a Mage Hand.
From the Constable Keeley report, it seems you cast some sort of location spell on it.
Yes, because I was told of it via Barry, who discovered it.
Okay, then how did you suddenly have a piece of the murder weapon?
The hilt that I found?
Barry.
Wait, no, the hilt was already there. Barry has the knife. That's right.
Oh, how did this work?
You found it outside the window.
I dived out. Laura, I'm trying to remember. I dived out.
Yeah, you jumped out the window and you found it at the bottom.
But why did I dive out the window?
You jumped out of the window because we were all coming upstairs.
Because you didn't want to be seen.
Oh shoot! That doesn't help.
Precisely. Oh, I love this.
Since you're in a zone of truth, you can talk around it by saying half
Like,
Yeah,
I imagine him sitting there and he's like, "Am I the bad guy?"
Are we the baddies?
I cannot personally attest to most of what Barry was doing.
I happened upon it, tumbling into bushes outside of the house.
Sorry? Tumbling into bushes? What valiant protector from violence dives into bushes?
Yeah, can the witnesses interject with anything, or
Sure. Go ahead.
Gruff not even Gruff. Yeah, Gruff would just bark out. She was searching the bushes for something. Would Delilah translate that?
Sure, Delilah can translate that.
Sure. Gruff says that he was looking for something in the bushes, and that's why he was there.
Ah, thank you, Gruff. Thank you for joining us. Gruff, as you all may know, is the dog of the Eunice family, who has since been taken hostage by this group of ruffians after they killed his master.
Objection, that's a lie.
Gruff would just tilt his head and be like,
Yeah.
"Excuse me."
I don't see the dog. I don't see him objecting to this.
Gruff, do
He
you
will-
object to this?
Yes.
He objects.
Objection.
And
Your
we're
Honor, I
supposed
call a mistrial.
No, we're supposed to believe the psychic mage of the defendant party.
Sorry, do you have another translator you want to use?
Yeah, does this broke
Your Honor.
ass? I'm not saying this. I'm saying this as Nye. Not have a translator.
I don't think translators for dogs are a common thing.
Speak with animals is
Well,
level 1 spell.
Yeah, well,
Animals, it's a fairly easy spell to learn.
There's not a real need for a metropolitan area to have a bunch of druids.
You
Well,
think
I
at least the
cried
court
when I
system? You think the
so
court
you can
system would
trust
have at
me.
least one, though?
Not
That's an
available.
oversight in your court system you might need to fix.
I also call trial because the prosecution is lying, and we're in a zone of truth.
That's actually
Oh,
a good
and
point.
Emma's on the jury, right? She saw me talk to Gruff, and we were clearly communicating, and he was responding to what I said in the game that we played. So she can vouch for me, right, Emma?
For clarity, the only place with the zone of truth is the witness stand.
Okay.
Emma shakes
Right.
her head no that she doesn't believe
So you
Delilah.
think that I came up with an act with a dog that I trained after kidnapping him to force him to play a game of Never Have I Ever that, as far as I was aware, was completely spontaneous because we met a 5-year-old on a cart. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I don't think I planned that far ahead.
Can I just say, I love that we are having these recurrent moments of, wait a minute, these guys are fucking crooks. This is a kangaroo. And then we go, oh yeah, Doug made it pretty clear that these assholes are going to fuck us over.
Yeah, but I'll fuck with them just as hard until the verdict comes
No,
down.
I agree. Yeah, let's just take them for a ride because I just love that we're like, hey, wait a... Oh, yeah. Okay, I remembered where we are.
Emma,
Politics. Hold up.
Emma says,
Stand.
I don't understand the question.
She's 5. It makes sense.
Lirt will stand and say, I have the ability to speak with animals as well. And because of my small stature, I should be able to go to the Zone of Truth alongside Mr. Highmoor and Barry. If you would like me to translate, I can.
The judge says, this is getting out of hand. Let's process the two on the stand right now. And you are not written down as a character witness, so I cannot put you on the stand.
Well, none of us are on trial for kidnapping Gruff anyway, so I think it's irrelevant.
And I wasn't kidnapped in the first place.
He says he wasn't kidnapped in the first place, not that you'll believe me.
Your Honor, we cannot believe one of the defendants is telling the truth.
Objection! Relevance.
Thank you.
They are not on trial for any sort of kidnapping.
Back to where we are. We are judging if this party is good and wicked. A party of incompetent and sneaky, evidence tampering people.
Incompetent.
Um,
Objection. Rude.
I don't think you can object.
I didn't mean to. That was just for the joke of it.
Alexander.
Yes.
Why was your house removed?
I have honestly no clue. I know about as much as you do. Unless you know more than me, which then please do share.
Who's your father?
Who's your daddy,
Thaddeus
son?
Highmoor. Thaddeus Highmoor. The Wizard of the Highmoor.
Who's your mother?
Kayla Anderson, one of the maids of the Highmoor family.
I see. So, not implying anything. To clarify for the rest of the court, you were not wanted by your father.
No, I'm less wanted by my mother. Not my mother, my air quotes mother being my father's wife. My father, although harsh, does mean well.
So you could say you're probably a little bit peeved that you're not as loved as much. Had to find a new family of ruffians.
I have absolutely no qualms. I will be entirely honest. The only reason I joined the Flaming Fist was because I learned of their noble cause in order to stop the death curse, and I wanted to learn such magic that could protect people.
Oh, you wanted to stop a death curse? Stop people from dying and having horrible necromantic reactions to healing spells?
Correct. Is that wicked?
Oh, no, it's very good. What's wicked is, for that noble, world-changing cause, you stopped to investigate a dog and his family.
We were told that we would not be able to get further into the jungle unless we helped the local people by returning said dog to his masters.
You can't decline an offer? Especially when lives are at stake?
Explicitly, we cannot go any farther.
This is correct.
Bark, bark.
If we did decline, we would not be able to continue. And if anything, this little excursion is what's putting us back the farthest.
I see. So, a little bit upset that you're finally held accountable for your actions of wickedness.
No, I'm a little bit annoyed that I'm being held accountable for incorrect actions that I did not commit.
I agree. Your actions were very incorrect.
Now you're just trying to twist my words in order to make them sound more like what you want.
I'm quoting exactly what you say. I see no twisting involved.
context.
Barry literally does a head desk at this point. Just like giant
It's
eye
fine,
roll.
Barry.
head
So, now
desk.
that we have all of the irrelevance out of the way, do you have any actual questions?
Oh no, I've
Oh,
proved
you
enough
don't have
that
any actual questions. You just wanted to talk me in a circle.
I've talked to nobody in circles. I've
I
explained
mean, I'm quoting
thoroughly.
you exactly.
In
You
fact,
just said you have no actual questions for me.
I have let you and Barry both explain to me why you have joined a group of wicked people and continue to do wicked things of your own doing.
Yes, but us joining the group does not pertain to the murder that occurred. It could have happened with or without us. Shouldn't you ask about that?
Okay.
What I
Do you
was
have any
doing?
evidence that you didn't do it?
Yes, quite a lot of it, actually.
I'm sure witnesses that are sitting right around you.
Actually, I could actually corroborate one of Barry's stories as to why he jumped out from the window.
Again, of course you can, because they're your friends acting in wickedness. Do you have any other witnesses around? Kent,
Let me see.
maybe?
Objection, Your Honor. Nonsensical statements coming from the prosecution. The witnesses are clearly in a zone of truth and thus cannot lie, even if it is to benefit themselves.
And I
They
can't
must tell
claim
the truth.
And I can't claim any
I-
other witnesses that are not written down.
I love how hard Ray is trying. Like, I genuinely, Ray, you are a star today. I just had to say that. I just love it. Like, you're actually trying to, like,
You
bring
see,
some sense of order to this,
Um,
like, kangaroo court. It's great.
So, what
No
Doug didn't
further
know
questions,
whenever I
Your
volunteered
Honor.
for this was that I served 4 years on mock trial, 2 years in youth
Ooh.
court, and like I
This is
originally
gonna
went
be-
to college
this
to
is
become a
fun.
lawyer.
A liar?
Yeah, well,
This is gonna be
lawyer.
fun.
That is amazing.
Gorm went 5 years, so joke's on you.
So, what?
I've watched Legally Blonde at least 12 times.
Yes.
Same
I
here.
can say that these people are my friends, but this is a matter of strictly co-working. And this isn't just for my own honor and the honor of my group, but also the honor of my house. Because for all I know, because of me being placed in this court with question, that's why I was removed without any evidence. So I'm also in this mainly for myself. So anything I say has to be as truthful as possible.
This is a bit contradictory to your previous statement that you are in it for everyone else's protection, not just your own.
Yes, but how can you protect others if you can't protect yourself?
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
He didn't have any to begin with.
Go ahead, JJ.
Okay, this is out of character. Alexander Highmoor is like the worst witness to have on your side. Because as a witness, you're trying to get the jury to feel sympathetic towards you. And this is...
Oh no, I'm trying to make him hate the prosecutor.
Yeah, but you're making yourself look like an ass.
It's for Emma.
Specifically for Emma.
Specifically for Emma. Pardon my French. All right, let's go ahead and get on this. And JJ's got to push his thumbs against his suspenders and make them pop. Now, this question is for both of you. Did you kill the young woman by your own blade?
No.
Either of you?
Absolutely not, nor anyone else's.
Did you witness the murder?
No.
Did you aid the murderer in their actions?
No.
Nope.
Now, this line of question is going specifically for Barry. You told us that you work for the Flaming Fist. Was that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Have you seen very many...
Why did I just do a southern accent? Sorry.
It's okay. It's very catchy.
It's real contagious.
Now, tell me something. Across your life, have you seen very many battles?
I have. More than I would like to.
So would you consider yourself an expert in combat?
Some styles of combat, yes. I am...
Now, let me ask you this. Is it better to be obvious and standing out in the open, or is it better to be stealthy and hiding in the bushes?
Well,
In your opinion.
In my opinion, it is considerably better to be stealthy and hiding in the bushes. That is the style of combat I have sought to become expert in myself.
Would you say that's tactical?
I would.
Now, is that good or wicked tactics?
I think that depends entirely on the end result.
But in your case,
In my case, I use that tactic for good whenever I can.
and you use it, do you use it to protect yourself?
I use it to protect myself, and I use it whenever possible to protect my comrades.
So, could it be said that some, overeducated tight ass who's never been out in the field of battle may not be a credible expert on whether or not it's wicked to hide in the bushes when the situation calls for it? Is that
Objection.
correct?
Rude.
I withdraw, Your Honor. I withdraw.
Not rude. I did what I did. That's great.
Now, I have one last question for the both of you. Have you ever killed someone out of pure pleasure?
No.
No.
I was scared about Barry's answer.
Yes, but he was into it. That would have been funny.
Rats don't count, right?
I guess not.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I've just realized how easy court would be if you have a foolproof truth-telling thing, because you can just ask, "Did you kill the person?" No.
That's
Like,
why.
there we go.
It's proving not if you did or not. It's if you're good. Or
I know.
not. Yeah.
If you're good or evil, I know. I just think it's interesting. I just realized how OP that is.
Emma stands up, and she says, "Hi.
Hello.
I have some notes on Mr. Alexander and Barry. Barry says that he killed rats and punched dogs. And Alexander says,
Objection! That is irrelevant to the situation. I'm sorry.
Mr. McChicken, it's actually we're trying to prove that they're good or bad. And it's not nice to
in
punch
this particular
dogs.
court situation.
Couldn't it be considered entrapment?
No.
Yes.
They
Absolutely.
They also, Alexander punched dogs. I saw him do that one. And killed rats. And he said he punched girls. And he taught me the word asshole.
That was nice.
Objection. This juror came forth pretending and lying to us about her situations. She entrapped
My parents aren't getting divorced.
Yes, but the fist was acting in a capacity to try to cheer her up.
Wait, I thought she was getting a divorce.
She's 5 years old. Why would she be getting a divorce?
No, that did happen when you had arranged marriages at that age. So,
Goodness.
Yeah, it's miserable. That's why I was like, oh yeah, this child is great. Keep saying asshole.
I don't know that I can say someone's good if they punch dogs and girls and tell me to say the word asshole.
That was nigh. I told you not to.
I don't think so. He also
You're just like my sisters.
Also said that I should call my parents assholes.
You should. That's Teer you're saying that.
Bark, bark.
No, that's Teer.
That's Teer.
I love it.
Has he just walked into the courtroom?
Tyrio and Gruff
hands
are the
and
same
says,
person.
Yeah, you should.
JJ is just rubbing his beak in frustration.
And
Well.
Gruff just like saying things in common.
Well, in terms of all of those accusations you made, the first one, when it came to dogs, that was a playful one to Gruff, who is my friend, shall I add. Punching girls. I am a mercenary. I have to.
Quiet, boy.
When it comes to punching girls, I'm a mercenary. I have to both punch boys and girls. What was the other thing?
You kill rats as well?
I haven't actually killed a rat.
Maybe that wasn't you.
Yeah, that
I
one was for
have.
Barry.
I have, but as you all may have noticed, I am a tabaxi.
I think
And
that's
And
racist.
he just kind
And-
of sits back like,
And
and
she is the one who
obviously.
called me an asshole.
What's awkward though is Barry has killed were-rats. So
Ken
Don't
stands
count.
up and he says,
Wait,
he says
wait,
no.
I interject
I don't say
here.
that. That's
Wait,
nice saying that.
wait,
That's
Kent,
not Alder.
Kent stands up and he says, "Did you just call this 5-year-old girl an asshole?"
No, she called me that.
And then you called her the one. You said she's being an asshole.
No, I said she called me an asshole. I didn't say she was.
Okay.
You're trying to put words in my mouth because I was one of the main people who accused you.
Okay. Emma says thank you, and she does a little curtsy.
Will
I
stand.
hate that fucking kid.
So it seems a lot of your wickedness, or supposed wickedness, is placed on your jobs as mercenaries, or I believe, Barry, you said you were hired to protect the home, correct?
I was not hired to protect the home. I showed up at the same time as the rest of my friends, but as everyone went in to investigate the scream, I stayed around the outside rooms to ensure there would be no further threats from outdoors.
I understand. Well,
Of my own volition, I might add. We did all put ourselves at personal risk to investigate what we believed to be a murder when we arrived.
I could have probably solved it from the beginning if not threatened with violence myself. But yes.
interesting, supercilious, but interesting. So
I'm adding it so they are like, wait, how'd you get threatened with violence?
Lumpor doesn't catch that because Lumpor isn't that.
No, for other people listening.
Lumpor is going to say. So also, it's been brought up that the group was standing around a dead body for a while. Would you, either of you, say that guards or investigators stand around dead bodies a lot when they find one?
Yes.
I think the court would
They are
agree.
competent.
Agree. And then would you say in world, I'm assuming cab is not a thing, because I don't know, I'm just hoping it's not. Would you say all guards and all investigators are wicked?
Of course.
Okay. Now, the very act of standing around a dead body is not wicked. And when one investigates, if an investigator found something in the bushes, would that be suspicious? Do you think?
No. That would be investigators' job.
And that's what you were doing, investigating and protecting. Therefore, I think, in my opinion, as someone in this jury, it's investigating the body and investigating the area and any place someone might toss a weapon is actually good. Thank you. Bye. And he sits down.
Okay. Wait, I don't. None of the jury that I'm controlling have any other questions.
Same.
Okay. Intrepid, I just want to check in. How's it going, bud?
Good. No further questions.
Okay. Just want to check in.
Chicken. Haha.
Ha ha ha. Mick check in? No? Okay. The next person that is being called to the stand is Delilah.
Hola. Ya sé que ustedes no tienen un traductor y pienso que es muy cómico y malo, entonces voy a hablar en mi lengua materna para demostrar esto.
And dog, she said, y'all stupid.
But he's just barking.
Yes, I said I was trying to see if anybody knew any other language, but I said you guys don't have a translator, and that's really weird to me and bad. So I'm going to speak in my native language to prove how bad that is. Essentially.
So.
I figured maybe you do it.
What native language is Spanish?
Huh?
That's Elvish.
Probably.
Everyone knows
no,
it.
Air Genasi. Air Genasi.
Ooh, speaking of Air Genasi,
So I
thank
guess
you for the
it's more
segue.
primordial?
Yeah, I guess it'd be primordial. It'd be Orin. I think is what it is. Aaron.
Yes, Orin.
Gorm walks up and says, Delilah.
Yes.
Among the, conspiracy and dishonesty and obstruction of justice, you've been called here because of your escape from school custody, and I'd like to focus on that one.
Excuse me?
Before you try to explain why you left a school that fostered you, I'd like to bring this. And he holds up a small cylinder tube thing. It looks like one of those bank teller things that shoots up through the tubes. Does everyone know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, the vacuum.
Yes.
The vacuum tubes, yes. And it is actually shedding sand as he holds it. It's a pneumatic tube, thank you. It's shedding sand and has rustic looking runes on it. And he opens the top of it, and give me a second. I have to save this image so I can actually show it in stream.
Debt.
Whoa, you got college in America? Damn, feels bad.
I don't like that I'm last. I really don't like that.
Save the best for last.
It bothers me that they brought me and Barry up together.
Ooh, it's getting under your skin, almost as if to prove that you're kind of an angry guy.
I know that's like, it was purposeful because he was going after Barry, and me trying to defend Barry made me look like an asshole.
Delilah, can you see your stream?
Yes.
This air elemental is what appears out of the tube. This is some Pathfinder art, which I think is great. And it says, Delilah Exilis Jardim, your father is irate with you. Your role was to learn more about the intricacies of progression of the apocalypse, not to join those in arms who had inadvertently trying to assist it. You are to return to your father's side at once. Failure to do so will result in a lifetime in the Calamenan crystal.
No. They're not helping it. They're fighting it. That's why I'm here.
For those, I'm not even going to make you roll a history check or whatever. The Calamenan crystal, is a big jail for elementals. So Gorm says, curious that this came in for you, that you're one, trying to assist an apocalypse, and two, are gonna go to jail soon?
No, see, my dad's a little bit protective, like only child, single parent, you know how it is, right? And so he maybe takes the way I do things in a little bit of a different interpretation than how they actually are. I've tried to talk to him about it. It's a little bit of a paranoia thing. But really, we're stopping the apocalypse, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I help solve a murder, not commit a murder, solve a murder, and helps comfort the accused murderer. But before I knew she was accused, with a hamster, which is something that only a nice person would do, okay?
So you went to school,
Yes.
with to learn, right?
Yes.
What did you learn?
So I grew up here as a I am an ambassador's daughter, and I was there to observe the culture and learn everything because I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, right? And so going to school was only going to help encourage that and foster my major, international relations. And yeah, so I was making connections with the local populace. I mean, May was there, and we've been besties since forever. And then I met these guys, and they were so nice, and they helped me and May out. And I figured out what happened to poor Clemantha. And so I thought, okay, why don't we go up and try to help and see the rest of the world? I mean, I'm only young once.
Why did you leave your school?
Because I wanted to help and see the rest of the world.
Not do what your father sent you to do? You wanted to leave that immediately? The second you got a chance to take what you had and run, you did?
No, I would say that's your interpretation. That interpretation's incorrect. I've been there for 3 years. I was getting close to graduating. I've seen plenty of opportunities. We get plenty of tourists. I mean, Underwater City, it's kind of cool, right?
And on a whim, you just leave it all. 3 years in, and you just leave?
Nope, it wasn't a whim. I completely disagree with your statement, and frankly, kind of condescending attitude, Tourney. I understand that I'm a little bit flighty. That's an originality pun for you there. But I'm actually a really good student, top of my class, and as I think the others will agree, I've helped them out a lot coming up here, right?
And May, who's your friend, I'm sure would agree with you, and has joined the Flaming Fist.
Yes.
What about Clemantha?
Clemantha was an unfortunate death that I didn't really know her, right? She was more May's friend. But they helped me and May, mostly May, figure out what happened to her. And that was awful. And I really feel so bad that we couldn't get to her beforehand. But I honestly didn't even know she was gone. I only talked to her a couple times.
Oh.
She and May were real party girls. I usually stayed home studying, actually, which my dad liked.
So, you and May and Clemantha, good friends?
No, I didn't know Clemantha. We weren't enemies or anything like that. I just saw her a couple times.
But
Are you good friends with all the people in the court?
I'd say so.
Interesting.
May hasn't been around in a while. I mean, she's around, but she's not in here fighting the good cause with you. If you two like-minded friends are going out on the world alone, don't you think you'd want to stick by her side? Or the second that you get a chance to, drop what you don't want, you just head out?
Wow, you have a really great preconceived notion of me that's not going to change no matter what I say. Transparent, I like it. Very good to know. I'm also getting your emotions there. Not super great. I think you have a little bit of a prejudice toward girls, but that sounds like your problem. Anyway, so no, May and I were sort of adopted, if you want to say, by the Flaming Fist. They're all great, love them. And May especially was really taken in by Belle. They're pretty cool. I think they've been described as the parent of the group, and they're also the sheriff, which is like super great. And so they were helping May.
Glad you brought that up. So,
Mm-hmm.
do you know how Belle got that sheriffness?
Yeah, they helped save the town.
Ah, what town is precisely? Is there anybody around here from this town?
Delilah wouldn't know this, I don't think. Even though I do.
The fucking Mind Flayer.
Yes, I know the Mind Flayer's here.
Yeah. The kobold deputy Dewey raises his hand, and he says, Judge, I'm not going to ask him any questions. I just want Deputy Dewey to stand up. Is that okay? And the judge sort of shrugs. And Deputy Dewey stands up, and he says, I would like to avert everyone's attention to the Flaming Fist saving Deputy Dewey's town, which I'm sure he'll get to in a little bit, and someone that grabbed a sheriff's badge off of probably the sheriff of the town. Could you all avert your attention to Deputy Dewey's chest? And there is a very obvious missing sheriff's badge.
Wow, you lost your sheriff's badge. That's kind of sad. I don't know what that says about your position, but
Deputy Dewey's very upset.
He says, to review.
It was stolen. He said, no, Deputy.
Right. So,
wait, isn't he dead?
No, he's a Mind Flayer and he disappeared because he's a Mind Flayer and will kill us all. But I don't know how much Delilah knows about this, so I'm just gonna keep going at it. So you're like a sheriff as well, right? So you're supposed to like help people whose things are stolen. That doesn't really sound good for your job. Have you thought of changing your job? I think you'd make a great garbage man. They're so useful. I'm sorry, sanitation assistant, I think is the correct term. They get paid really well too.
Oh, insulting the jury. I like that. Quite good of you.
Fight me, Doug. I don't know if you understand how much I can waffle.
I would like to point out that in the chat that I have going with all of them discussing whatever's going on, Alder just put, I still have the bloody hatchet and the dead woman's locket in my possession.
Yep, and it's on my person right now.
Oh, I love
Really
it.
haven't figured
Why?
this fine.
Why?
Because I never thought to get rid of them.
I had forgotten that you still had that.
I like how JJ's like, Ray's like, yeah, I was a lawyer once, and then he comes in here with literally a murder weapon on the guy.
He didn't know that.
So,
Lirt's
Yeah.
kind of raising his hand and be like,
because
Judge,
it's a mind flare that just came into court. Would Tyrio like recognize him?
Oh yeah, Tyrio knows exactly who he
Yeah,
is.
those
He'll
are
kill
good.
him. He'll attack him.
like,
You want
Judge.
Tyrio to attack the other juror?
Oh, that's great. I mean, you could call him out on it.
Dude,
I mean, hey, let's run from the law. I guess that's
Hold
all
on,
we're gonna
hold on,
do after
hold on.
this.
Hold on,
We're
he's going to cast Guiding Bolt at him.
The spells
You
don't
can't.
work, my guy.
You should just call him out. Like, yo, this is a mind flare.
Wait a second, that's a mind flare. He'll say and then attack him.
Oh my gosh, no wonder he's such a bad sheriff.
Judge, we just saw that spells don't work. Is there a way to like get rid of a polymorph that's currently active? Lirt asks.
Polymorph is a spell, so polymorph would go away.
So Deputy Dewey here is actually a mind flayer, and he's the one responsible for attacking the town that we saved.
Okay, that's a 6.
The spell doesn't work, bruh.
Guiding bolt will not work. Spells do not work.
Oh, I thought
He stands up and
Shit.
wiggles his fingers, and Deputy Dewey's like,
he's just going to draw his lance. Fuck it.
okay.
Memory.
Deputy Dewey
So
is.
could I technically build like a little clockwork rat
The bailiff's gonna
and then
slap
send it to attack him?
That's what Helbeic.
Wait a
No,
minute.
no,
Wait,
Helbeic,
wait,
that's what
wait.
you're just doing with your spare time, just like.
I need to start building clockwork. You know bomb shoes from Zelda.
Oh no.
So
Oh my
what if I
God.
built clockwork rats that had pieces of explosives inside them?
Yeah, let's maybe not
And
go
so you
down
could
this
throw
road.
them, and they would start
Isn't
climbing
that the-
along. Once they get to their
Tyrio
target, they would
attacks him.
We're
explode.
gonna get put
Tyrio
on.
attacks
fire.
him.
I'm
She can get
feeling
off.
secondhand embarrassment from Ray, who came in here, and in the span of 5 minutes, a murder weapon is on one of his clients, and then 2 members of the jury are attacking each other. McKluckin
Please
is
note, the
done.
last message in the whatevs chat says Gem is doing so well. I don't have to do anything for Ray. I am
I
supported
would
here.
like to make
3 minutes
clear-
ago. That's how far it went in 3 minutes.
I would like to make it clear that that is not a murder weapon that I caused. However,
It's a murder weapon.
however, I
Alder,
know
just
I
shut up.
have-
Just
I have
No,
more
Alder's hand was
incriminating
shaking his
evidence
head
on me
just
that I have not
Damn it,
mentioned.
Nye, I was hoping you'd come up with me because I was gonna back you up.
Tyrio, are you attacking
One is on
Deputy
purpose.
Dewey?
Yes.
Okay, roll an attack roll.
I'm going to attack him with my lance.
Go for it.
If you kill him, they're
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
Kill him. Kill him.
So I'm noticing things are getting kind of heated here, and that's fine, but like I can feel it. It's a little bit stressful, but like I trust these guys. So if they say he's a mind flayer, he's probably a mind flayer, which again I think kind of brings back the whole badge being stolen thing and bells in the right, so that May is fine with them and everything is great. Okay, trial over, right?
He just rolled a
Wait.
24 to a hit.
Yeah!
Hey, I have a genuine question.
Okay.
Is Lila picking up, like, when she's, errantly scanning thoughts, wouldn't a mind flayer's, like, brain, even if it's just, like, an empath kind of thing, be, like, crazy different, like, so alien that you would know something's fishy?
Mind flayers are. Their entire existence is based around sneaking into crowded places.
Oh,
And-
The
okay.
people that have been hit
apologies.
with ceramorphosis.
Yeah, he's trying his best to not be. That's their whole thing. That's like saying,
Right, okay.
wouldn't you know a doppelganger's in the room?
No, I get.
Yeah.
Well, no, I
You gotta
just
use
feel like
Moonbeam to show it.
I just
Yeah.
feel like even if it's like he'd have to be literally having like I'm human, well not human, I'm kobold thoughts. But I get apologies, I get what you mean.
No, that's a valid question.
Rescinded.
Tyrio attacks Deputy Dewey with a lance, and it stabs him in the stomach area, the left bottom half of the, like where your appendix is, and he says, "Oh my Lanta!"
I have some unfinished business with you, punk.
Could you please make an athletics check? The bailiffs
Mind blow.
jump. Holy crap!
They're gonna slap his nuts.
I actually had to pull out my dice. Good lord.
Bailiff, slap his nuts.
Well, that's good news.
I'm
for us.
rolling great though. I'm not even. I rolled a 21 and a
Ooh.
16 for both of my bailiffs. They come up and grab you, Tyrio, and lead you out. And
No!
a judge
Jesus, true wickedness. What the fuck?
a judge
Well,
is slamming his
Well,
gavel,
there's a juror against us now.
and he says,
I'm face palming so hard.
5 minutes, and some a
We get a
silence
recess?
spell is cast immediately on everyone, and
Or what spell?
silence.
Oh.
Holy shit, you get a 5-minute timeout for stabbing a guy? Wow.
Everyone
I
does.
thought, I thought spells don't work.
It's
Yeah.
it's a weird.
Correct.
Well,
It's not a spell. It's a spell effect. It's weird.
well,
It's pseudo plot
theoretically,
armor,
you
but
could
also
say
it's
that-
not.
well, no,
I mean, you
you
could've
could
just
just
sent
say
us
that
out
the
for a
caster of
recess.
the anti-magic just casts silence.
Fair enough.
Well,
That
you
makes
could sit.
sense.
Yeah, it's like it's a weird.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You
Tyrio
can
is
instantly go, aha.
Tyrio is brought out, and a medic comes and grabs Deputy Dewey, and the door's shut, and everyone else is left to sit in silence for 5 minutes.
And
You
you
have a-
hear like Tyrio
Anyway.
just screaming at Deputy Duty, like, "I'll kill you," and all that.
Alexander has his eyes locked with Delilah and is like violently shaking his head like we're fucked.
Delilah looks very panicked because she's getting everyone's emotions and they're not good. Actually, yeah, I think she'll start having a panic attack. I haven't figured out like if there are actual game mechanics for this, so I've mostly been going off if I would have a panic attack. So we're gonna start having a panic attack.
Okay.
Does anyone react?
JJ McKluckin's just sitting back, like, yeah, this is kind of a thing that just happens in courts
I have a small
quite
question.
often.
What is your small question?
We still have our stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this 5-minute timeout, and I'm going to sit, chill, so I don't attack the sheriff as well. I'm going to busy myself with creating a mechanical rat. Not an exploding rat, just a normal mechanical rat.
Everyone
cast
has
spells like
mechanical
message?
rats.
No,
silence.
Ray. JJ. They happen in the
Yeah.
courts you're in. Your jury just has a strange habit, coincidentally, of stabbing each other when
The
you're.
worst part
the
is
defense
Tyrio
report.
is part of our group, so him attacking is making the group seem wicked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
fucked.
Not if they
That's-
realize he's a mind player, but probably, yeah.
Gruff walks up to Delilah
Anyone have counterspell?
as a
Yes, I do.
I actually do.
as
yeah.
a sort of what's it called, therapy dog.
I also dispel
Yes.
magic.
So
Aw.
Delilah, you
I'll
were being
start petting him.
comforted.
Thanks for someone caring.
I was gonna come across, but like we're
I
already
will also
fucked.
appreciate that.
Alder
Still!
also comes up and allows you to pet him.
No, that's not happening.
Ale-
Well, I'm where I am. I don't
Alexander's
wanna
gonna
get
come
decked
up,
by a
pat
bailiff.
Delilah on the head, and just mouth, "Just relax, we'll be fine."
I'd like to
She's
disagree
gonna
with
mouth, "We're so dead."
And I'm just gonna
I can't
nod,
go
yes,
into
but
the crystal.
yes, but we'll be fine.
Get in your room. No, I don't want to go.
Then I'm gonna go sit back down.
I
I
imagine.
dressed up for this.
Have any of you seen the what's his name? Dan Harmon? Is it Dan Harmon? The guy that voices Rick and Morty? No, Justin Roiland. Justin Roiland
Just New Orleans, yeah.
voices a transcript from an actual court case in America. It's Kangaroo Court. He's like, "It's Kangaroo Court. This is Kangaroo Court. Fuck everybody." It's hilarious. That's what I'm imagining Tyrio is yelling at outside.
All going to prison.
The judge is talking outside, or at his podium. It sort of has like a weird misty veil around it. He's talking to some of the bailiffs, and he slams his gavel down, and the silence is lifted. And he says, "Everyone, take your seats. Delilah, please step down from the stand."
Oh, okay.
I'll
I
lead
will kneel
Delilah
down.
away because I'm
Sure.
like taller.
And Gruff would just like stay with her.
Oh, thank you.
He says, Tyrio and Deputy Dewey have been removed from the jury panel, since one is from the prosecutor and one is from the defense. We find it equal that they are both removed. Delilah's hearing has commenced without cross-examination. Gorm, you can continue with, I suppose you're going to call up Alder. And he says, yeah, I'm going to call up Alder.
Okay. I will go to the podium. I'll sit down.
Can I slip in my hamster for comfort?
Can I slip in my hamster?
I don't think that's gonna look good, but I appreciate the thought.
Oh my god.
I'm
I
not
feel
gonna
like-
take it
I
though.
feel like
Whenever I
if
finish my
anybody's
clockwork
situation-
rat, I'm
in
going to like
Guys, it's not gonna look good if you try and put 8 different things on.
12 animals surround him.
12 small furry animals surround him.
Dude, I just imagine like
And
high
my
school for, like
axe.
cheating. For like cheating, you just slip somebody a hamster, and the hamster will like tell you the questions.
Oh gosh, this is insane. This is better than I could have ever hoped for. Gorm says, Alder, do you know percentages?
No, I was not very good at them in school.
71. You hold 71% of the charges against your party.
Yeah, checks out. Yeah, that checks out pretty well.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
briefly, could you explain the interrogation techniques that you used?
Yes, I can. So, there was concern from myself that the group that is on trial did not have the stomach to handle the realities of what was going on. I'm just gonna be blunt, all right? You've seen these guys. They are fucking idiots. And honestly, I've never met the worst people to be around. I've been bitten, I've been stabbed, I've been blown up, I've been set on fire, I have had every possible conceivable misery bestowed upon me by them. And yet, they have been more of a kind, enduring, tough, intelligent, and frankly, better person than you will ever be, Gorm. Or shall I call you Sniffy? And Mum always liked me best, so
Gorm's fine. Speaking of your mom and the power that you failed to explain, sort of like your, some would say matron, but I'm going to say patron of your power, right?
yeah, checks out.
So why, what do you do to, there's got to be some give and take. What do you do for her?
Well,
I can
guess you-
explain if you want me to.
no, it's quite alright, I can explain.
No, I got this. Alder is a mercenary. That's correct. But not for the Flaming Fist, but for his mom.
Actually, it's called a defense contractor.
Bark, 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 bark. I love that there's just a dog barking in the in court for absolutely no reason. It seemed like
She's a defense contractor.
No, I'm the defense contractor.
so.
Same difference.
You had a loss of party members along the way, right?
Yeah, happens, unfortunately. Casualties of the job.
Do you remember what the most recent one of those was?
If you're asking if I had a hand in
No,
the death
just say the
of
name.
one
It's that fine.
goblin, okay.
you were asked by your mother to kill and take the memories of little Joey. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Son of a bitch, Lumpor gonna say. That was a goblin kid!
It was. As you can see, as I have just described, the people before you, and I'll say this to the judge and the jury, they're not the problem here. The rot doesn't start with them. Half of them I'm not even sure can write. If you want the ringleader, if you want the mastermind, you're looking at them. You just saw a guy stab another guy with a lance in a courtroom. You don't think I told him to do that? And that is not a lie, because I am planting the seed of thought, because I said don't think that. If you want to find someone guilty, all you need to do is read this, and I will pull the note out. And I'll hand it to the judge, because I imagine Gorm will just ignore it.
The judge reads out a piece of paper that was part of his contract.
Oh, it's the contract?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
Excuse
me. It says, "To whom it may concern, I, Alder the Trustworthy, do hereby swear that all charges placed upon the mercenary group, the Flaming Fist, are responsibility of myself, solely myself, as I was the mastermind behind the whole scheme."
Now, I don't know about you, Gorm, but I distinctly remember that when we were growing up, that you were not very good at this whole schmoozing and cruising, talking to people. But I was. That's how I got the name Trustworthy. People trust me.
Gorm is pretty dumbfounded right now, because he thought that he was going to catch Alder off guard with this, but Alder just handed a note admitting wickedness. I don't know what to say.
And it's hard for me to say this, but these are not my friends. These are my family. And I was not good to them. And that is my crime. I led them astray. I got them to do heinous acts. And I am the responsible one. If you want evil, you're looking at it.
Doug doesn't know what to do. This is weird.
Silence in the court. Alexander looks
Oh my
incredibly
God.
pissed, like he's about to stand up from his seat and say something stupid.
Yeah, I think Barry does stand up from his seat and say something stupid, which is while Laura figures out what.
Yeah, go to jail.
Okay, I'll do it first then. Alexander stands up, incredibly annoyed.
Gruff just like bark randomly.
If
like,
Alder is
should.
deemed wicked, then so am I.
Oh God.
Me too.
He can't put
looks
it
like I'm
all
going
on
down with the
himself.
ship because I've committed some heinous acts as well.
Well,
Sure,
Gruff
he's an
is
idiot,
going
and
back.
sure, he's stupid, but he's not evil.
I think what Barry Zanthopin says is there is a greater evil here than any of us in this courtroom that is forcing the hands of several of us. It is
JJ is
not
going
a
to stand up.
world and more powerful than any of us here.
Is it wicked to want to try to protect your family?
JJ is going to
That's
stand up
my
and say,
question.
"Your Honor, can I have 5 minutes to speak with you in your chambers?"
No. I don't.
Your Honor.
I think in light of the changing evidence, it's warranted.
No, thank you, JJ.
He snaps
But,
his fingers and silence is cast.
Alexander
Let's do
lets
this
out,
the
like,
fun way.
quiet sigh.
JJ and I are going to go to a different chat.
Ooh.
Let's do it the fun way. Let's do it the fun way.
Wait, so they actually are going to the chambers? Why can't we just talk amongst ourselves?
Well, you could talk amongst yourself, but I don't have any way to stream that.
I mean, in character.
You can talk amongst yourself while I'm gone. I can't. I'm not putting you in timeout. You can do that. Y'all can talk about what's going on. JJ and I are going to go to group 1.
All right.
Okay, we'll behave ourselves.
Okay, hi. What the heck had just happened?
Wow, I was really hoping this would come down to like closing arguments and doing a performance roll, because I have like a dark ones make your own luck, which adds like a D10 to any roll.
Ooh.
And I was just gonna be like, I'm just gonna like super like Hail Mary this, but now I'm like, I almost think like it would be warranted to drop the charges against the others, and we'll just do a jailbreak for Alder.
The judge calls in Gorm as well, because he's it's like if you got hired to be a burger flipper, and when you arrive at work, every single burger's already been made. So you're basically just standing there like, I don't know why I'm here. I'm still getting paid. What's going on? So the judge brings him in as well, I guess, to try to figure out how they're going to proceed. The judge has his hands on his nose, and he says, "428 years. And 1 10-minute span, not only does the accused write down and assume not only guilt, but wickedness, and one of the jurors stabs another one. What is wrong with you people? You're from the Flaming Fist, JJ.
I work for the Flaming Fist, Your Honor. I should clarify that. I'm not one of them. I just work for them. But as I understand it, this mercenary work is not clean work, and it tends to attract some very passionate souls. And with that being said, I'm honestly at utter speechlessness. This has been honestly a mockery of the honorable courts of the Elvish, and I think the honorable thing to do will be to banish them from your lands. Because
Gorm.
what's more important, your reputation or, this identification of wickedness? Do you want this to stay in your lands?
No, you raise a good point.
Question.
Gorm. Madrid hired you, right? He says, yeah, of course. Using money from, I'm guessing. And he says, yep, of course. I'm going to walk out there and tell everyone to be seated. And what I would like you to do, Gorm, is to call upon your queen. I don't care what it takes from me. Every non-member of the Flaming Fist and the judge, you two and I, will not remember this day. JJ?
Yes.
Not to put words in your mouth, but you will not have a career after this day. Do you agree?
In Elvish courts?
I think you've screwed up a lot more than Elvish courts, son.
Well, frankly, that does come with a small problem.
I think
as I am a warlock, I've made a pact with a demon in order to serve in courts. So if you're going to disbar me, you'd have to take it up with him.
Yeah, I think that's part of the problem. Is we're gonna have to. What I'm talking to Gorm about is, other than us three and your Flaming Fist people, everyone's memories are going to be wiped. I can't have this on my record. I can't have every abhorrent mistrial and absence for justice exist anymore. And I think if you disagree with me, it'd frankly be just breach of contract on your part. You did not come to a court today. You came to a jail yard fight or something. Or maybe some high school gossip. I don't know what's going on in there, but it's not justice.
Then wouldn't the responsibility fall on yourself?
That's the problem.
This is your courtroom that you've taken out of order.
And I'm going to fix it. So I'm asking you to stand with me, or I'll just go through you.
I can agree with everything except for my own disbarment.
I think this
But
is
if
the
you do choose to disbar me, I will inform everyone in every plane I can find myself in to know of your corruption. I don't care what it costs. I don't care if I get cut up, plucked, and fried. I will have your head for this.
I think
if
that's...
you disbar me.
I don't care. I don't... One voice against every other person that thought this trial ended safely. I don't
You do
care what you say.
You do care because you're caring about your own record. You're putting your own record above what needs to be done.
You're damn right I am. What in there
You're a
right
coward.
now is not justice. And anything I do cannot make it justice. Everything has been torn to pieces. This is pure chaos. I don't. You say your devil court is what you're at home with. This is demon court. This is insane. I cannot think of a law that has not been broken by your group today.
Not by just our group. You're hiring mind flayers to stand as the jury.
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
And I think JJ's going to go back out into the courtroom and lead everyone else out.
Okay.
Like, I think he's at the point of it's better the Flaming Fists become fugitives against the elves than whatever this is about to become.
Okay. In that case, the silence will commence, and you could just lead your people out.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. Back to the chat.
Intelligence.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome
Oh, they're
back.
back. Oh, no.
They're back.
Oh, no.
Hi, dog. Do you still hate
We weren't
me?
just talking about tax fraud.
Yep, tax fraud.
As you do.
Tax evasion.
The judge walks
We don't
out
get money.
with Gorm and JJ in tow, and they pass the threshold of silence, and the judge sits down, and JJ motions to you all in sort of, I guess, mercenary hand signals.
Yeah, like a kind of a thief's
Am I
cant.
still in the booth?
Ooh, are we gonna get to fight things?
He's just gonna motion to follow him out.
Alexander's gonna look confused but get up.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't think Barry needs any convincing. He's up and ready to go.
Jem, would you
Yep.
like me to help you wheel you out instead of your hamsters?
Sure.
Alexander will help.
Okay.
Yeah, am I still in the booth or am I with this?
I think you were with the booth, but once you noticed JJ leading everyone out, I feel like you joined them.
Okay.
Gorm
That
is just
includes
Gorm is dead-eyeing you with...
Yeah.
If his eyes could kill you with laser beams, that's what he's doing right now.
I would like. Hey, Gorm.
It's silence, buddy.
You can mouth it.
I mouth it. He can read lips.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Gorm. We're finished. And I'm gonna leave.
Is that magic dampening spell still there? So I can't, like, make his brain hurt real bad?
Give him a headache. I mean, I don't think that'd be a good
What
idea.
ability are you trying to use? Because sometimes they say they're magical, sometimes it's just like an innate thing.
Yeah, innate abilities are non-magical. Well,
Some of them
not.
are. It's weird.
Yeah, it depends.
Like a mind flayer's mind blast is magic.
Because I was tempted to pull the portable hole out with the bloody hatchet just to super fuck myself over.
Speaking of which, I still haven't opened that bag that I got from me Padre before he exploded himself.
It's a get out of jail free card.
Dude, actually go
One
outside.
pass too good.
Give that to Alder. I feel like he'll need it.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, I
That'd
said
be
I'm taking
funny.
the same sentence Alder is pretty much.
There's only one. You gotta shoot. No, I'm just joking.
I said if Alder's wicked, I'm wicked too.
Yeah, we all did.
You're taking me out back.
Yeah,
to
we all
execute.
agreed to that.
I
I
have
certainly did
telepathy,
not say that. I just said that I've committed some heinous acts.
Oh
of
shit,
my
you
own
do have just
related
telepathy.
to him.
Oh, she
and
can
then a
talk
bunch
to
of
us.
spells. But I don't know if telepathy can cause, like...
Telepathy is psionics, not spells.
Yeah, you can talk to people if you want.
Then all I have is Psionic.
You can
Can
just...
we, like,
You
can
can tell
we
him...
cast Retcon, please? To, like,
Cast retcon.
We're just talk. She's just talking about the entire time how freaked out she is.
Holy shit, yeah, I'm gonna be so fucking annoying. I'm just gonna ramble on about the girliest things I can think of. So, I don't know, makeup and clothes and jewelry until we're, like, out of range.
To who?
Gorm.
To Gorm.
His attitude towards young women was deplorable.
His attitude to people is pretty deplorable.
I would agree with both of those statements.
Are the
So,
Flaming Fist members and the jurors following JJ as well, or
Yeah,
just
Lumpor and he motions to JJ. He motions to Lumpor and Tyrio. Well, Tyrio's outside.
Tyrio's outside making a ruckus.
The judge pulls in one of the bailiffs to his silence zone. Unsilence? Anti-silence?
The part that's not silenced.
Yes, thank you. And whispers something to him. And then Tyrio is sort of forcefully shoved back into the courtroom, and Tyrio notices that all of his friends are being let out by JJ.
I waved to Tyrio.
Well, I think
What?
Tyrio is the one that needs to get out of jail free
Blow
card now.
kisses.
Like, is Tyrio like in is any sort of bitings or just like freehanding?
No, he's
Because-
free-handed now.
Okay then. Where is the what's the guy?
Deputy Dewey?
Yeah.
He's been taken to medical station, for lack of a better term, because you
cleric.
dealt 8 damage to him with the lance.
Because you stabbed him in the gullet.
Well,
Yeah,
guess why he's
opposite.
running to you?
just above you. Oh,
You don't know where he went. He got taken off into the courthouse somewhere.
I give Tyrio a thumbs up and then point said thumb to the juror's stand.
Nice job,
Tyrio.
Buckaroo.
Like, go. Like, we're good, go.
And
I
Tyrio
don't
was just like
think you're gonna let him go.
like give
I
him
mean,
a
like,
thumbs
go
up
to
and
the
like ask
jurors.
him like, hey, where did the guy go?
Silent.
it's silent?
Delilah, you can talk to him if you want, psychically.
Sorry?
You can talk to Tyrio if you would like.
Oh gosh, I don't really know him, but I guess I'll just say good luck and thanks for fighting the Mind Flayer so that you showed that Belle wasn't bad, because I think they're really great and they're helping May, and I wouldn't want to leave May with anybody bad.
So Tyrio would just like interrupt and say, like, can he talk back with telepathy or
Yeah.
where is he?
Where's who?
The Mind Flayer.
Oh god, you
I don't know.
murder him.
I'm going to kill that son of a bitch. And
Oh my
Tyrio would just go around and wait, hold on.
I feel like going to jail
Oh.
today for no particular reason, so I think I have this
I
great
wish that
idea
there was a
called
way
murdering
that
the
we
Mind
could say.
Flayer.
I wish that there was a way to say that we are not acquitted in anything he does.
Oh my god, Rick, why?
That's a great point. I had not thought about that yet.
But we can't because we're silenced. We can't say that.
Hey, can we kind of hurry this along? Because
yeah, I'm walking.
Yeah.
I'm walking here.
And I'm
Bye.
pushing Jem too, so her hamsters can hang out with
I
her.
just rolled a stealth check for Tyrio. He's going to stealthily walk around and try to find the med station.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to cut from Tyrio's backstory. We're gonna have to handle the bulk of the group here.
The most important part.
So you all make it outside. You could speak again.
McKluckin, how fucked are we?
On a scale of 1 to dead.
So on the lighter end of things, we are never allowed to set foot on Elven lands again.
That's fine with me.
That's very difficult for me.
On the harder end of things, on the harder end of things, I may have just started a war between the Flaming Fist and the elves in general, or at least
that's fine. I still don't like the elves.
That's also a big problem for me.
I feel like anything that happens is a big problem for you, but that just may be.
I am an elf. I'm half elf.
Yes, that's
cool.
That's
You can
the
be a
point.
blood
So
trader.
it's going
Welcome
to be a
the
big
club.
problem no matter what happens.
My family is literally elves. One of the reasons I came here was to make them not disown me.
Well,
and this is the opposite of doing that.
Would they be willing to move underwater? I could probably get them like immunity or protection.
I don't even know why I've been disowned.
And I guess we'll never know now.
About that.
I didn't.
Yes, I guess I do.
To inform all of you about why it's happening this way, is the judge was in favor of mind wiping everyone and imprisoning all of you, and I had a lot of issues with that.
Oh, I do too.
I have an issue with that as well. How am I supposed to achieve world domination via rats with one of my mind is
So, my head may be on the chopping block, but I put up a good fight for you all.
Well,
thank you, McKluckin.
Thank you, McKluckin, though you didn't have to do.
My deepest gratitude.
Think you really had to put a fight in for Alder? Lumpor says.
Yes.
Well, wouldn't Lumpor still be inside?
No, everyone was taken out.
Oh.
Thank you for
Because
offering
believe
to
it or
turn
not,
into nuggets for us.
I agree.
Believe it or not, Alder is a part of this group. Albeit,
an idiot, but he's still one of our friends.
Yeah.
Well,
that and I don't know if you all recall, but Janice was a legitimate threat, and I'll be damned if some snub-nosed knife-ears are going to get in the way of this company of saving the world, as you've done on multiple occasions.
Oh boy!
I'll let it slide. I'll let that slide this time.
Oh dear.
Lumpor is going to your mother and her gains.
What? No, I have to go, guys.
No, you don't.
Away, yeah.
Does anyone have rope?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, we're tying him up.
I don't have rope, but you know what I do?
You're not
have?
going anywhere now.
Person.
You can't just say that you're the main problem for all of us and then just leave.
I didn't get little Joey. He's out there somewhere alone with a massive target on his back. And
let's go get him.
Well, then let's go get him. You're not abandoning
it's
yourself.
It's not that simple, because first there's the whole world-ending catastrophe that kind of takes a bit more importance than some arch-fate politics.
I'm sure we can put that on hold.
Just a bit.
Second, guys, I have a big target on my back, and
yeah, that's why you shouldn't abandon yourself.
Let me go.
I'm not
completely
abandoning myself. I will return, but I've got to get Joey first. I got to make sure he's safe.
No,
I have to.
I'm willing to go help you because
I like how I actually love how Ornstein has given up calling me my character's name and he's saying directly.
Older. Yeah, older. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. My brain is flipping backwards. Older. Let me tell you something. You want to go out on your own, and you say you have a target on your back, right? And that this big death curse has priority over that, correct? Because it'll
More or
destroy the
less.
world?
Yeah.
I don't want to live in a world where my friends are in danger. And if you're in danger before the death curse, I would like to save you before then.
Yeah, but I know how to keep out of Mother's gaze. Or Mab,
Lumpor-
I guess. She's not
Lumpor's
Mum
gonna
anymore. She's
grab.
Mab.
Lumpor's gonna grab your shirt and pull you down because you're so tall. Listen, I was gonna put an axe in your spine when you said you killed Joey, but then you said you didn't, and you
No.
protected him. I pulled you away from a
I didn't do that,
T-Rex.
but
I pulled you out of the clutches of a T-Rex. All right. If we're already at war with these freaking elves, we're at war with whatever your mom is. All right. It's happening.
You know what? I'll let you do that, Nye. But if you do end up dying, I'll bring you back myself just to kill you.
Oh, and then I'll resurrect you as a rat.
Yes, and then I'll kill said rat.
No,
Yeah,
you
you
won't
just
kill
can't
said
get
rat.
rid of
We'll
him,
Then you can
sorry.
bring it
you
back
and
again.
resurrect you as a rat as well to add to my rat army.
You want to go, Helbeic? Go wizard
Sure.
fight?
You will be my
Wizard fight?
sacrifice to
Go.
become a lich.
No, it will
Guys,
be my
Helbeic, the
sacrifice to become a
real
lich.
death
Let's
curse?
go.
I will become
Guys.
the death curse.
I am become
Guys.
death, destroyer of worlds.
guys,
Oh yes, thank you,
it's time. I need to go.
thank you.
I'll
Alden.
return. I swear to it. I swear on the fucking flaming fists. I will return.
Swear on your name
With
is the
Joey and Tab.
trustworthy.
Hey,
'Cause
it's
you're
just
obviously
Alder now.
not.
That was my mum's name, not mine. It's just Alder.
I knew you weren't trustworthy. Just like with a sneer.
I still believe you're trustworthy.
I thought you were really trustworthy. That's why I don't want you to go.
I'm gonna come back, guys. If you,
Alexander doesn't want you to go, but I know, like, you as a player, you can play a different character.
Yes, no, Nye is still gonna be
Yes, so
here.
I'm trying to play Alexander, but also let you
I
do
know
your
it's
thing at the
okay.
same time.
We also need to hurry up because I think Ray has pressing stuff to get to. So I will. That's why I'm saying it's time to go. I will see you soon, my friends, my family.
As
Better.
Goodbye, brother.
Adler
Weeping.
leaves, Gruff just keeps on barking at him. Like, yeah, shoo.
Not even like, goodbye, you, go away.
And as you're walking away, Barry, who knows better than any of the others here exactly what you're up against with Mab.
It's not good.
Yeah, we'll just message into your head. Be safe. I can go up against this with you if you need
No,
it.
you need to stay here and keep these knuckleheads from so much, but death being the most pressing.
I mean, yeah. I mean that can be changed a bit. You know, I could turn you all into rats. You wouldn't mind being resurrected as a rat army for me, right?
I would.
Why would you? You're
as he
dead.
has that
I'll bring you back as a
conversation,
skeleton.
As we talk about rats, I'm gone.
Yeah, I go invisible and book it.
Great, Ray.
JJ is gonna be like,
I say,
he's gonna
wait,
put
no,
his-
I want to give
his-
you a rat.
So,
Nope,
I
I'm
don't think
gone.
you were done speaking, JJ. What are you?
So JJ's gonna put his wings on the two closest to him. He's really like talking to the group. This experience has really made me consider about who I am as a person and what I want out of the world. And I'm gonna be having to go away for a while as well. I need to talk to my partner. I think I'm gonna lay an egg.
What?
Amazing.
What?
To be fair, we did not talk about this in that courtroom.
Are you laying the egg, or is your partner laying the egg?
I'm laying the egg. I mean,
Either way, Muggleclaw.
how do I put this? I may present as a rooster, but I am, in fact, a chicken.
Oh,
Wait, did you have
nice.
to on board?
You know
and you were
what?
this
Never
dangerous
mind.
corpse?
Good for you. Congratulations.
You're here.
Helbeic,
And with that, McKluckin's gonna go ahead and head on his way.
Okay, that sounds good.
You can't just leave that
I have-
bombshell on us.
I have one
Yes, he can.
I have one cliffhanger to take care of. Helbeic, you call Lumpor over for a little bit of a scene, and you open up a bag of holding.
Mhm.
It has a key inside.
Any notes, anything like that, or just a single key?
It's one key. It has your family crest on it, and on the back of it, it says the name of a bank, and that is the bank that you are standing beside.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, next session. Bank
I
Next
like
time.
it.
session, we'll do it. And I
I'm
think-
going to write a letter to my actual mother as soon as possible.
Okay.
To find out what the hell is going on with my family.
That sounds good to me. We will end the session here. Thank you all for watching.
Oh boy.
Woo.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.